Here we go.
Now we're gonna have to do this all over.
Yeah! Cheers!
Now cheers!
Just like we rehearsed it.
Yeah. We didn't just fuck up.
It wouldn't be consistently off without it.
That's true.
No.
New Plague Radio.
Hey, that's
Hey,
us.
guys.
What's this podcast called?
Consistently off.
I shouldn't have said it, dude.
I know you blew it.
Hey, that's
Welcome.
you guys.
Welcome back, everybody. It's number
226.
Yeah.
226 of Consistently Off.
Cool.
And we are here with New Plague Radio. Hi, guys.
What's up?
Hi.
What's going on?
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
We're so
Of
happy
course,
to be
thank you for
Yes.
having us and getting us drunk.
here.
Yes, of
Yeah.
course. We always, it's always the rule is
Guest chooses.
guest choice.
That's a good rule.
Yeah, if you want to, like,
Yeah.
fucking Long Island.
'Cause we'll
I
drink
think you have to do
anything.
it. Yeah.
And when you said cheap white's good, we
yeah.
said, all right.
Craig called me and he's like, cheap white? I was like, no.
He's like, I won't drink a white wine. I'm like, all right, well.
Because it's shamelessly just for me, so I had to double check. I was like, if I tell them I want white wine, will you tough that out? He's like, fine.
I'll drink whatever. I'm more of the weed guy anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
Oh,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
these losers over here, I'm with the guests. I'm
Totally.
that's
Oh, you're
right.
going
That's
white?
right. I might go
Oh.
blush later. Let's find out. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, probably.
We do have the option.
But AJ, Donovan,
Hi,
thank you for
hi,
being
hi.
here.
What's up, what's up?
How are you?
Fun and fancy
Yeah.
free, man.
Good day.
Yeah,
I think
chilling.
last we were in the same room as Boomtown Brewery.
Yes,
Yep.
indeed. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Shout
That's
out
when we met.
Boomtown.
Right.
Already
Yeah,
a
that's
month
where we
ago.
met.
Yeah.
Shout out Boomtown.
Shout
Absolutely.
out Raised on
Raised
TV.
on TV.
Fuck
Yeah.
Shout out
Holy
those boys.
shit.
Yeah.
Those guys.
Raised on TV. Back in 2016, I was one of the on-air personalities for Battle for Vans Warped Tour.
Hell yeah.
Ah.
And that's where I met Raised on TV. So fast forward to a year ago,
so ago, yeah.
and us and our other bandmate, we were scouting venues. We go to Boomtown Brewery, and who should we see?
like,
and
yeah,
I had
no
to scurry to them after the show. It was like, we know each other.
Yeah.
Yo.
I promise you.
Yeah,
know
I
you.
interviewed you guys.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
A couple times, like a handful of times, because they would do the battle, and they would whittle you down, of course, as you go to venue,
Right.
and I would just every time interview all the bands. So some of them I interviewed multiple times. And
Right.
Raised on TV, yeah, man, we go back.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, hell yeah! Shout out to Raised on TV.
I know.
Yeah.
Bless those boys. They're
Yeah,
wonderful.
they're great.
Listen to their episode. They have an episode.
Yeah,
I know.
Dude,
that shit out.
we played one show with them for a Boomfest, right? And
Yeah.
then, like, we just all became friends. Did we just become best friends?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, like, we've played multiple shows with them.
Nicest dudes
He's
ever.
been on the pod
Yeah, man,
twice.
with
Well,
those guys,
he's been on the pod
it's easy.
once.
He's been on the pod once.
And then
And
Travis
one of his
Travis
friends.
Creed's also-
Yes.
Yeah. His
that
buddy
is-
Travis.
Did he help us out with
Cowboy
it?
gentleman.
Yeah.
That's right.
Dude,
His associate.
Yeah.
His known associate.
it might be my favorite episode.
Well,
Hey, we got
So far.
Yeah.
shout out Travis Creeps. Listen to that. Yeah, so far. Shout out Travis Creeps. That is a good episode.
It is a fun one.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. It's great.
Where'd you play last? Where are you playing next?
Yeah.
Canoga Park.
Yeah, last
The New
was-
Scotland Yard pub.
New
Shout
Scotland
out
Yard
New
pub.
Scotland
Okay.
Yard
Yeah.
pub.
I've heard
That
good
was
things.
And it was
It was
really
a lot
fun.
of fun, man.
Yeah, it's like it's sort of just like a hallway.
Yeah.
So like drums and keys are like on the little stage, and then he
It's
and I,
more of a
'cause I got
platform,
wireless and we
it's
got him
2.5
a wireless
inches.
mic, so we're just like in the bathroom and like chasing people down, jumping on
yeah.
shit. It was really fun.
So then P break, you're just still playing.
Just still going, yeah.
Yeah,
Still
yeah.
going.
No pee break.
Yeah.
Can I get a Jack and Coke?
Yeah.
There's a natural reverb.
There's a
in it.
guy standing in the ice. Give me a second.
In fact, the freedom with the wireless, that's something we talked about earlier today. Having not been bound by a wire and getting to just go ape shit and jump around like that, it was the first show where I was like,
Tired.
I gotta do more Stairmaster, man, or at least figure out other pockets where I can work in the breath control because I was like, or at the very least, not to exert myself so much while I'm going. I was just excited to not be bound to a mic cord.
Dude.
That was some new shit for me.
Now you just got to do like phantom spits while you're running or something.
That's
like
it.
that.
Yeah,
Cardio
exactly. No,
goes.
I'm just going to rehearse the material when I'm at the
That
gym.
was so good as a montage, just rapping and training and rapping and training. Running with the
Absolutely.
trash bag on.
You know what I think? I think you need to take it one step up. Britney Spears mic it.
Britney Spears mic it? Wait, how did she do it?
The mouthpiece.
Just the headset.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
hands-free.
Hands-free.
I see. That's the Robin Williams technique. The Ricky Gervais.
Yes.
I thought you
Yeah.
meant get on Instagram and post terrifying videos
Yeah.
of you staring down the
Nudes.
barrel of your
Yeah.
phone in your haunted empty house.
I was like, I
Polishing
only go to
guns.
gas stations barefoot.
Dude, there's only one way you can teach jazzercise why you sing your songs.
Yeah.
I got it. I'm gonna have to. Yeah. All right, you've convinced me.
There it is.
Yeah. The Britney mic is a good move. Yeah.
So now I got to jump into history, right? I saw what 2020 is like the first releases.
Yes, that
Yeah.
was when, you and I had played around for a long time, but then when the plague shut everything down, that was when we started formally recording and making music videos and shit.
Then it was like, because a lot of those songs were written years prior to their release.
Gotcha.
It was just the quarantine that made us all like, okay, well, what are we gonna do but
Yeah.
Right.
actually
Yeah.
zoom in on these projects and make them tangible things out in the world, as
Yeah.
opposed to just things we play at open mic sometimes.
So we used we used the free government money and bought camera and recording equipment and did the whole thing and just
Fuck yeah.
sort of ran it through, and then for the videos would rent out Airbnbs and tear them the fuck apart and then chug monsters and set them up right before it's 7 at 6:55 shit's still on fire. We're trying to
The camera
Yeah.
rolling in this hand, trying to found out the flame with like my foot on this hand.
It makes for good
I
footage.
don't know
gonna
why
say,
this was the only kind of camera we could afford.
Yeah.
For the
I blew
folks
most of the
listening and not
fucking
viewing,
limelight.
it's one of the old school crank cameras.
Yeah.
He's using his right hand in a jerk-off motion.
This is how I jerk off. My dick is very particular.
Very round. Yeah.
Well, it's like a
like a
Z,
duck's.
dude.
It's like a orchestra.
Yeah, exactly. I have a duck. I have duck
Curvature
dick.
correction.
Yeah,
That's what it
It's
is.
impossible. It's
yeah.
impossible.
So then,
Yeah.
how did you two meet?
I answered an ad for a roommate on Craigslist.
Great.
Okay.
I was couch surfing for a long time, and then they put up something, and then went and hung out for a while. And I think as the way that he has told me the story, they decided I was an acceptable roommate because I said the best pirate ever recorded in a movie was in Muppet Treasure Island. Is Tim Curry,
of course.
and he was like, "Sold, you
Yeah,
can sleep here."
no, that's the only judge of character I needed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and here we still are.
Yeah, best
Yeah.
pirate on earth, Tim Curry and Muppet Treasure Island.
I would
Yeah.
agree with that.
Yeah.
I would
Hell
agree
to
with
the
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I can't argue. Who's the best Scrooge?
Yeah.
Michael Caine.
Michael Caine, dog. Michael Caine.
Yeah.
Michael Caine is solid.
Yeah.
Next to, I'm a little, but I really like Scrooge McDuck.
Oh,
Scrooge
of course.
McDuck is a really unfuckwithable Scrooge, as is Jim Carrey.
Fuckwithable.
That's fair.
Unfuckwithable, as is Jim Carrey. But Michael Caine just had something magic with him that
Unfuckwithable
for that whole
Scrooge
process.
is a band I would go see.
Unfuckwithable, what's up?
Coming up next,
Unfuckwithable
Unfuckwithable Scrooge opening for Skinny Puppy.
Yes.
Just any Scrooge that can be that mean to Kermit is,
Yeah.
you know, you
Yeah.
really have to
No, that's
put it
that's
on
a
lot
your-
of acting.
Yeah, admiration.
really putting on your game face when there's
Yeah.
a dude going, oh, I don't know, you know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you really gotta feel the Scrooge.
Unless you hate that guy and that's in that
That
puppet.
does help.
Yeah, you hate the actor.
We're casting the puppet. Who really sucks for you? Who sucks so bad? This guy Dale. All right, Dale, puppet. And fuck you, Kermit.
He fucked my wife yesterday.
Kermit did? Yeah,
I got it on hidden camera. He fucked her with Kermit.
Yeah.
Kermit's a rascal. Man. You gotta watch out for him.
Now he's Mr. Steal Your Wife. Everyone knows that about Kermit. Yeah.
Kermit is
That's why Piggy keeps him
famous.
so close.
Kermit really has it like that. He's that famous.
Oh,
he
for
can
sure.
steal your girl. It's
He'll
the
steal
50
you.
Cent line in the club. I wink my eye at your bitch. If she smiles, she gone.
Yeah.
That's Kermit.
And when you're a star, you
Kermit.
can do whatever you want. It says Kermit. That's a quote
says
from
Kermit.
Kermit.
Yeah.
Quote. Yeah.
That's an allegedly if I ever heard of it.
So couch surfing for a bit. Like, how
Yeah.
long were you floating around? Because you would.
I drove out here from somewhere in Ohio that we won't specify for fear of being thrown out.
Undisclosed Ohio.
So undisclosed Ohio. I drove out here.
Fuck you, Columbus! No, I just.
And I got here when I was like 19, and then had some living situation chaos, and so it was like I was sleeping at a Crave for a long time, and like sleeping in my car and shit like that, and then was just sort of like renting out like old women's guest rooms for like a month, and then they're like, you can't use the stove, and I'm like, I can't use the stove.
Paying them with money.
No, there we are. And so when I got
Rent,
exhausted and my electrolytes ran out, I decided to move in with him.
When you're sick of crushing old puss.
Exactly. Which you never really get sick of.
Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
just, you
I just
start-
do recreationally.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, 4.
Oh, yeah.
No. Canceled. Oh, where's gross?
Oh, gross.
That's why he's on the boards.
Yeah, I didn't know you were
Where's
asking.
gross?
Yeah.
I feel like that man Craig got canceled because he fucked an old lady.
Yeah, no. Wait,
It's been a while since he fucked an old lady.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Just covering our bases.
Yeah.
So a few of my best friends and I had moved into this place and needed to fill a roommate position, someone who had, dropped out last minute. And we went through one guy who was there for a couple months, didn't work out. And the next person we found was Donovan, which worked out perfectly because if you didn't know any better, again, I moved into that place with two of my best friends from high school. We known each other since we were like 15, 16 years old.
Hell yeah.
And we met Oven when we were like 26. So if you didn't know any better, you would think we knew him as long as we knew one another. He just fit right in.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's
good.
That's all you want a
Meshed in
roommate.
real well.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one of my roommates like wrote comedy, and the other one wrote instrumentals.
God
so,
bless SoCal.
Hell yeah!
Yeah,
And then I rap, and we're all theater kids.
Right.
And we meet this fucker, and he's like, he's on the level, He's an artsy fuck like us. So then we started getting really into each other's musical style.
Yeah.
We would just hear each other's shit. And at some point, it was like, we need to.
What it
Yeah,
was.
what are we doing?
What it was is that he was writing his verses to like existing songs, but he would just play it off YouTube, off his computer, over and over and over. And so he was writing to that collective soul song "December,"
Which I
Yeah.
heard the cover
exactly.
of. Which is fucking
And
dope.
so he was doing that, and I was in the other room, and I came in, and I was like, "If I learn to play it, will you fucking stop playing it off your fucking computer? I'm going to stab you."
So I haven't,
And so
like,
now we cover that
replay
song. 'cause I
pause.
was like, G G G G G G G G.
Dude,
So that was
what
the first
a genius
song.
piece of music
He was
too,
like-
Oh
right?
yeah.
Just shake up the roots, and that's all. And you're just working with all of them.
Handle the whole
Yes.
thing.
Yes.
Yeah, man, it's kind of poetic in that fact that we usually open with that song for our shows, given that it was the
was the very
song
first
that
one.
kicked off the collaboration between him and I.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good way to get the crowd into it too.
Yeah, because it's
Fucking
one of
A,
those
yeah,
where
it's
they
familiar.
don't think they know it, and then they're like, "Oh, it's this.
Yeah.
Oh, it's this.
It's
this,
familiar
okay."
and it's light.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
obviously in your style. So
Yeah.
For sure.
Fun fact: first song I learned to play on drums.
Really?
No shit.
I got you.
There it is.
Yeah, there it is.
There it is. I can hear it.
That's all you need.
We are connected.
Got it. Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
God, I loved that record.
Yeah.
Collective Soul, self-titled. If you haven't, please do. That
sure.
thing is
Yeah.
incredible.
It's a good record. That's
Snatching Young
something-
Man, Gel, World I Know, dude. Probably like 5, 6 radio singles off that thing alone. Crazy record.
December was one of those where, as a kid, I was having my mom play it on repeat.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, it was one of those.
Spare me out.
Yeah.
Oh, turn your head,
those.
my baby, dance
Yeah.
with me.
I mean,
I
we
was
can
like,
get into that. What was your parents playing when you were growing up?
it was mostly hip hop and R&B.
Sweet.
Yeah.
What kind
It
of hip
was
hop?
mostly that. Well, okay, so the other songs
Like, I
I
have
would
no
ask
idea how
my
old you
mom-
are, and then like you're saying hip hop. I'm like,
Okay.
Yeah, I
What
Could
hip
mean
hop?
many things.
Yeah, and no, yes, it absolutely
Just Tupac?
can. When yeah,
Just and they're not even hip hop. Yeah.
for fuck's sake, no. Wait, some other songs I was asking my mom to repeat when I was a kid. I mean, Two of America's Most Wanted was one of them. Speaking of Tupac, I loved
go.
Big
Yes.
Papa. I loved Erotic City by Prince.
Oh,
A child
dude,
should not have been
Prince.
listening to that shit.
No.
These days,
Prince is for the children.
Prince is for the kids, like
Dude.
Wu-Tang.
That's exactly-
It's
Yeah,
for
yeah.
everyone. We listened to some of 36 Chambers on the way here, actually.
Hell
we
yeah.
did, yes.
Forever.
what's like the best song? It's like an acronym.
Oh,
Cream?
Cream?
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude,
Get the
that's
money,
fucking
dollar
Dollar
bill,
bill,
y'all.
I always listen to that song.
Method Man is my default when someone asks me who my favorite rapper is. I say
Method Man's
Alright.
my dude too. Yeah. Second being Redman.
I think my second is Slick Rick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
yeah.
When in most
bump a lot of
cases,
Slick Rick.
yeah, we bump a lot of Slick Rick. I mostly bump the artists I grew up listening to who are still making music today.
All right.
So a lot of solid new Nas stuff, a lot of
was gonna say
solid
Nas
new
just released
Busta
a new
Rhymes
one.
stuff, a lot of solid new Eminem stuff, Atmosphere, Aesop Rock.
Yeah,
Fuck
dude.
off, Aesop
Yeah.
Rock dropped the
Oh
best
my God,
album of his
Integrated
career.
Tech Solutions is so
Haven't heard it yet.
good.
Integrated
Oh,
Tech
dude,
Solutions
I love his
is
stuff,
the
yeah.
absolute shit.
It's so good.
I was gonna mention a bit of Aesop when I heard like your spit like style rhyme scheme meter kind of thing. Like I hear a lot of different influences. Obviously Eminem is in there.
Yeah, for
but that's
sure.
one that
Yeah.
as you said it, I was like,
Yeah,
Absolutely.
a lot of
Cool.
Aesop
A lot of
Yeah.
Aesop Rock.
Oh, he's
Aggressive Stephen, 100 Feet Tall. That album's so good.
That album's
Yeah.
the shit.
Yeah.
Man, lots of that. So I'm still bumping Lupe. You
Yeah,
know what
dude,
I
Lupe's
mean?
great. I saw him like 4 years ago or something.
Nice.
Fuck yeah.
Dude, he's so
And I
good.
love
Run
cats
the
like
Jewels.
Run the
Sure.
Jewels.
Dude,
I love
sure.
Tyler. I love Joey. I love Jitty. I love
Yeah.
who else? I like Joyner Lucas.
All right,
I
then
like-
who's the best of all time?
He's well.
the
said-
go there is? I mean, you'd have to
Go-to's
divide it
nothing,
from
Nope.
MF Doom.
Nope. Nope.
Yeah.
Who's the best of all time?
Eminem.
LL.
LL.
Oh,
Wow.
Cool J.
Strong.
All right.
That's a good answer.
I felt like I was being quizzed with the look you gave me.
No,
It made me
no,
feel like I
no,
was
no,
being
no,
quizzed.
no, wrong
And
answers.
no,
Yeah, it's all personal.
the quintessential answer is LL.
Okay.
I don't think he's mine, but like I feel he's the like
Sure.
all being of the GOAT conversation in hip hop. He's what you aspire to be.
Yeah. What's your personal then?
Probably Eminem.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously growing up a little bit biased, but then just like listening to the fucking body of work.
The body of
And
work
then-
is
and-
incredible.
yeah,
And,
and then-
Music to Be Murdered By, side A and B,
so
is
good.
probably my favorite, like, in his
Dude,
catalog.
so
That
good.
fucker just gets better with age. What
And
the
the way
fuck
that
is he
dude, the way that
taking?
he like puts together words is just like insane. It's insane that
Well,
he
he's
uses syllables
also-
and shit to like rhyme, so he doesn't have to worry about like bitch, itch, like
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
the things.
it's
He
a-
doesn't
this-
need that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, it's also very, and there's another thing that I'll give an artist like Nas or Black Thought and Lupe is they're so well rounded. They're so like they'll give you a little bit of every kind of mood you could think of. If you want to be introspective, if you want to be political, if you want to be silly, if you want to be like talk about relationships, they got a little something for everything. And I feel like them as well-rounded artists. Like I as a rule, I only listen to artists who are better than me. You know what I mean? I want to be well-rounded too. God damn it!
So he doesn't listen to us.
Yeah.
Rappers, I mean,
I mean,
rappers,
but
right?
you know-
People who buy ink by the barrel like
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe sometimes you have to see what, Yachty's doing. Just sometimes you
Just
have to
in case
just
you
up the
do,
ego up.
you
Just
do,
be like, oh,
yeah.
this
No,
shit
I
also
can't
exists.
knock it. No, because that's just it's a different art form within the realm of hip hop. It's just a different way of delivery. It's still art. It's just differently approached. It's not. It might not be how I approach it, but it can certainly inform if I keep my finger on the pulse. That way, we don't seem disconnected and shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Plus-
If only for you to learn what not to do. Like
If that,
yeah.
what not
That's
to
the-
do,
yeah, yeah.
or even I feel like the shittiest of music has moments of that was
Dude,
That was
yeah,
interesting.
little
Yeah, yeah.
seeds, or like
Cool.
idea
Yeah.
seeds. Like
Sure.
hearing
I can
something,
take
even
that,
if you don't
yeah.
like the artist, sometimes you're like, I'm gonna take
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
don't blame Led Zeppelin's influence for Nickelback, right?
Yeah.
Just don't.
yeah.
There's no reason for it because they're
Shame.
still selling out arenas.
Yeah.
There is still some merit in some of the hooks. Canadians, I can't support it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Racist against
Canada.
Canadians.
Oh, I know, amazing.
I just
amazing.
watched
a
that. I
classic.
showed my coworker that at work. I was like, "Have you
South Park
seen the
movie?
South Park? No, live at the Red Rocks.
Oh, the concert.
You
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
should. I don't know if you've seen it, but they do
All the South Park.
all the
songs.
South Park songs live at Red Rocks, like full fucking band. Les Claypool's on the fucking.
Primus is like the
Primus
house
Somebody
band.
They're the
showed
house
me
band.
that.
Ween and
Was
yeah,
Devin
Ween and
talking
Primus.
about it? I remember just having a conversation about this.
It
now
just
that you
came
mentioned
out.
that Les Claypool was
Yeah.
doing
Dude.
it.
Yeah, it was on Comedy
And they
Central,
like full production.
Yeah.
They
Damn.
have multiple mics with pitch changers.
Yeah.
They're singing piano.
So cool.
They have
Dope.
characters come out, clips. It's fucking great.
Yes.
dope.
Yeah, and
Every
it's-
song.
They
that
have
you
like
want.
7
Intense.
backup girl singers. So
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they do all the levels and like yeah. So good.
Hey.
Best MC all time.
Yep.
KRS One.
Karis
Okay.
one.
Oh.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Favorite? Is it the same answer?
Yes, I like Live and Die by KRS One.
Okay.
Yeah.
We
Hey,
go
I like
to the Church of Hip Hop as sermoned by
By
KRS
KRS One.
One.
Yeah, he delivers
Yeah, he's the
a letter
guy.
from
He's,
St. Paul to the Corinthians. That's KRS One.
he's the godfather. He's the teacher, KRS One.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Hell to
Okay.
the ass. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I mean, the age-old battle is, of course, it's Biggie versus Tupac. As a West Coaster, I
Yeah,
can
whatever.
imagine you're gonna.
No, I'm a West Coaster and I like Biggie.
Oh,
better, so,
yeah, I'm strongly
We're,
Biggie camp.
we're
Okay.
Biggie.
Yeah.
Biggie.
Yeah, I
as-
mean,
I'm a
as
West Coaster and
someone-
I'll admit that Biggie's better.
because the thing
It's the delivery, right? Like no one sounds can like and
it's,
like
it's part that for sure. It's on the pie chart of reasons.
I think
Yeah.
his beats are just cooler.
Yeah, but so like Tupac
It's-
has like really, really emotional like like moving songs.
Lennon
Like,
versus
you can hear
McCartney.
that
What are we
shit.
doing here?
Yeah,
Is that-
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like, I'm a Biggie guy over Tupac too, but it's like a 50-50. Like I kind of feel like it shouldn't even be done.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm like, dude.
Again,
They were
it's a
friends
portion.
at one
I'm just trying to
point.
split the
They
room.
used to be.
Yeah, I'm just trying to create some conflict. Let's pick a fight.
Intertone.
It's 100% like again approaching the craft in different ways. Was
Yeah.
Tupac is emotion first, and Biggie was technique first.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm always listening for technique. I'm always looking for like the flex of literary techniques.
Sure.
And I'm not a super emotional guy musically. We have a lyric in Meth Dance. Oh, you won't catch me singing "Woe Is Me." I don't really
Yeah.
I don't
Go
really
that way.
go that route in the music. We like to keep shit groovy.
Yeah, we were
you
just
know?
talking about like Eminem, the way he writes. Fucking Biggie
Yeah.
has a crazy
Yeah.
flow style.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like just
And
being able to move around versus Tupac's kind of not gangster rap, but
it's just coming
It's
from
rap.
the chest
Yeah.
as
Yeah,
opposed
yeah,
to
yeah.
coming from like there's a technical thing Biggie's doing with breath support. There's a
Yeah.
thing he's doing like there's a character he's doing. There are things he's doing with the back of his throat. Like
like
Yeah.
like
he's
yeah,
almost
man.
scatting in the
Yeah.
old way. Like
Yeah.
it's not so much spoken word
He's
as
like
it
an
is-
engineer, man.
I don't mean this at all. But it's funny. He's a really good DMX.
DMX is great.
Anything with
DMX.
prefix of I don't believe this at all.
But I thought it. And I
Is
thought
it?
it was funny.
I don't know.
Against
probably.
DMX. Yes,
Against-
exactly.
DMX
Yes,
is shit
exactly.
too. He's someone I grew up listening to a
I
lot.
mean,
a lot.
We all love
There's no
DMX.
way we
A
can't
lot,
love
DMX.
So
Yeah.
then,
Yeah, dude.
did you just start finding like you're listening to some of the same things while like moving in, living together?
No.
Yeah, like
I don't.
yeah, go
I
for-
had no relationship with hip hop until I was in my 20s.
I love this.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Sweet.
Yeah, my.
I mean,
I mean,
look at his jacket.
Yeah, I was gonna say your jacket's
Yeah.
covered in punk bands.
yeah,
so,
it
you know,
was. Yeah, so there's a lot
Yeah.
of that. I was definitely like I was angry in high school, as were many of us. So like.
Fuck yeah. Yeah.
But my dad is a country radio DJ. That's why I talk like this.
Hell yeah.
Ah, it's in
sweet.
the
And-
blood.
Yeah, and
All right.
so there was a lot, just so that my mom could like hear my dad in the breaks. There's a lot of Garth Brooks and Dunn and Tim McGraw and like that era was on in the house constantly. So I didn't really go to put that on, but I am just like inextricably tied to it. You know what I'm saying?
course,
Like I
yeah.
can't sort of get that out. That sound is very imprinted. But then
Alan Jackson, Alabama, Joe
all of
Diffie,
that shit.
even.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dwight Yoakam, that whole
Shania,
yeah,
just-
all of it. Yeah. Our whole basement is just like handwritten, like autographs from Shania with the lyrics and and the
That's pretty rad.
100% stuff they sent my dad. And then they were big like Leonard Cohen, Bruce Springsteen,
okay.
people. So
yeah.
there's a lot of that. But then my mom was like Ramon, Stooges, Clash,
Okay.
that kind of a thing. And so I was doing that, and then that went into Marilyn Manson and Nine Inch Nails, which
Okay.
went into like Mastodon, and then I was like, this is all I need. And so
Yeah.
like Mastodon and Baroness,
Yeah.
like ate the last 3 years, and Tool just ate like 16 through 18.
Nice.
I'm lucky I had him to introduce me to all that shit in
love
the
that.
There you
20s.
go.
Because
Yeah.
I was very like my friends I had that listened to anything aside from hip hop and R&B listened. It was a lot of System of a Down, Korn, Marilyn Manson,
There it is.
Slipknot,
Yeah.
Sure.
It's all good
Radiohead,
stuff.
that
Yeah.
kind of
That-
shit.
yeah.
Mudvayne.
Yeah. But it was very tight in that little bubble of like new metal sounding
sure.
or
Yeah.
adjacent. But it wasn't until
Yeah.
he came into the picture,
Yeah.
made
Yeah.
my palette more.
But then, like the symbiosis that you probably saw, like you're both like hungry for more music. So it was
Yeah.
just like this
Dude.
thing.
It was. Well, I liked it a lot because hip hop, you especially like in real time, you could watch the trajectory of being like sort of an outskirt genre, at least to like a mile wide town in Ohio,
Yeah.
Yeah.
to then eat
Yeah.
everything, and then you have to watch every other genre of music contend with this new monster.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
was like, my parents don't know fuck all. Like they're good music people, but they don't know. So I was like, this seems like what? So what's his name? Tupac. Used like,
Yeah.
and so.
Because Garth Brooks like broke the mold, and it's still
And it's still fucking
still
arena
fucking
country.
pretty country.
Yeah,
he's,
it's- yeah.
he's still covering some standards, if you
Yeah,
will.
no, 100%. And so yeah, it was very helpful in that way. And I like writing lyrics and I like singing, but I like playing guitar a little bit more. And so it was very nice to be like, I can hand off a big chunk of these duties to you, and I can build this guitar riff I've been building for 4 months or
Fuck
whatever, and get to
yeah.
do that, and then take it back over. So yeah, it has been very helpful, and I would know next to nothing probably about hip hop had I not wound up in his apartment.
So then, like, where did you guys find clicks? Like, like, oh, we both love this.
Was it December that did it, or was it something?
I didn't even really. That song's fine. Like I like it. I like
It's
them.
not
but
Mastodon.
No, it is not Mastodon. It is no Blood Mountain.
Gee.
Exactly. It's just one. I don't have to play a banjo on a guitar.
There's that part where it goes.
Oh, I can do it. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Three of the four of us in that apartment were so musical that we would just kind of each on a loop take turns having music playing.
Yeah.
And we dug what each other was listening to.
Yeah, I think one of the things that keeps the band together is that everybody, as long as it's good, it can be. It can be polka. Like I do not care
Right.
if it's dope, then we will do it. And so we were. Did you maybe the White Stripes? I don't know. Have you?
Yeah.
And then he's like Slick Rick, and I'm like, this is fantastic.
Yeah.
And then you kind of go down rabbit holes you wouldn't have found yourself down any other way.
And a lot of your, like, the dope posts that you're doing is like you're hitting Back in Black, and you're just spitting on top of it. Like, that's great.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yes.
I love music sharing. One of my good friends, Michael, that's what he does for me because he's a hip hop dude. He'd be like, "Have you heard this album?" I'm like, "I didn't even know those words fucking existed."
Yeah.
And I'm like, listen to him, I'm like, "Holy shit, dude, who is this?" And he's like, "Yeah, it came out in like 2001.
Yeah.
It's got it sold like 10,000 albums." I'm like, "How did you hear
right.
about this?" Like, why did? Yeah, he brought me like a jazz hip hop album the other day. I'm like sitting in my car. I'm like,
Nice.
"Yeah, you listened to this while you were on shrooms." This is how you get shrooms.
We listened to
Yeah, because he was like,
Mastodon.
Mastodon.
Yeah.
Dude.
Crack the Sky.
"Oh my
Oh,
god."
I mean, that
It's so much
album's written on
noise,
Mastodon.
dude.
It's
How do you?
so
Just
much.
riffs
Yeah.
upon
Dude,
riffs
it's
upon
such a good
riffs.
11-minute
I just felt
songs.
like
Yeah.
building
About
up like
Rasputin.
to my waist, then to my nips, then to my collarbones, then to my eyeballs, and riffs
I can
and
seize
riffs.
the notes, and they're
Like, I was
gotta
just
get above it to
ribbons.
breathe.
Each riff is like a ribbon of its own color and texture, and when you're tripping, it just I was up to my eyes and riffs, and I liked it though.
so
I
good.
had a lot of
It's a
fun.
great record.
I
So
know
much
exactly what
fun.
you're saying. When it builds all the way up, and you just close your eyes, and it's just like,
Oh, it's all there. I'm swimming in the riffs, man. Yeah, no, a lovely experience.
Have you seen those videos where they play different music against water molecules or plants
Yeah.
or something?
No.
Woo!
yeah, just
Like
like
Sade will do these water molecules that are just like, it looks like a woman, And then Mastodon, it just looks like fucking anger. It just looks like broken glass and pain.
they do it with sand too. You should look at both of those because it
Cold
they make,
kinetic sand.
Okay. Yeah, 100%. I can imagine what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
the
That's awesome.
It
vibrations
does awesome shit,
form
like to where you're
something.
like, oh yeah, music has like more than just oral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who started punk?
Oh man, who started?
Is it anyone you're wearing right now?
I mean, I see some arguments for it.
I see some arguments.
I go with New
You
York
see a
Dolls.
couple?
I mean, the Stooges are up there for sure.
Yeah, sure. And then you can make the MC5
Yeah,
argument.
I'll
MC5.
always
Yeah.
make it.
They're Detroiters. They have to.
Yeah, we kind of have to.
I'm trying to figure out like how pretentious and far back do we want to go?
As much as you want to, like
The Kinks?
we don't think anything's pretentious. Like
Like the Who? I don't know.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna be like Cab Calloway, and they're just like you guys. Like,
He did have a callback. Guys. It's pretty punk.
It's very hip hop and it's very punk.
yeah. So I'm to sidestep. To me the mold that the entire genre then like reverberated out from to me is clearly the Sex Pistols.
Okay. Yeah.
Like again, not earliest. There were bands that helped like build that before.
Yeah. But Bollocks is the one that goes
That's the
boom.
and then some of it is like narratively, right? They put out one perfect album and then
split.
explode,
Yeah.
and somebody murders somebody. Like there's a lot of like and
That's
then,
the perfect
and then
punk band.
he
That's very
looks
punk.
exactly
Very
like what
punk.
you
He
think
killed
punk would look
So
like.
punk.
And to be like a crotchety old man, I really don't like pop punk. I really don't
Oh,
like it.
okay.
I really don't like it. And one of the things I think that grates on me is because the Sex Pistols is like the marrow of my bones, and it's just people doing uncommitted Johnny Rotten impressions, but they like still want girls to think they're cute, and I'm like, fuck, do it, do it, do it. Both feet in the
talk
pool,
it.
man.
Yeah.
Do not straddle both sides, and it just grates on me a little bit.
Okay, who's the most overrated, modern punk?
Oh, modern.
Who can't you
Who-
stand? Is Green Day out of the picture
No.
for you?
Actually, okay. Green Day up until 21st Century Breakdown is great.
Okay.
Green Day is awesome, and I really like it. You can still go pop. I love pop music. I'm not
Sure,
going to end
of
up
course,
pop in any
of course,
direction.
yeah.
they hit American Idiot, and American Idiot's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
It's
Milestone.
awesome.
It's
and
still
it's
great.
so creative, and like you got Holiday, which is like fastball up the middle, but is like brilliant, and then you've got the whatever 9.5 minute, but which is
Jesus,
maybe
yeah.
my favorite song of it. It's so good. The hooks are so good, and then they were like, "This is a lot of money. I'm really enjoying how much money I have." And then it feels to me like they went, "How do we keep doing that?"
Yeah.
And then 21st Century Breakdown felt like a
It
band
was a
doing a
step
good
back.
impression. And
They've been a
then-
parody of themselves ever since.
and especially if you grew up watching like VH1, I Love the Blank. So many of the stories are like going up. Something pops, and then it's like once you've started trying to cop, it's like you can't help it, but something hits, and you're like,
Coldplay, Maroon 5.
The thing that is making me do this is now different, and once it is mutated, it is profoundly difficult to reclaim.
White Stripes.
And they at least broke up.
yeah, at least they stopped.
I mean, did they? Was she ever in the band?
Whoa.
It's just when an artist starts to really enjoy the smell of his own shit, right?
Yeah.
That's when it starts.
And then
Kanye, you know, like there's things, there's like when like that nexus of creativity and timing like hits, and then either they sustain it,
yeah.
or either they've. AC/DC's my number one.
Okay.
It's the same fucking record.
Yeah.
Their entire career.
Yeah.
They had it since the beginning.
They knew.
Don't break it.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
There were some. Motorhead does not have a lot of left turns. But
We're
cool.
talking about
like,
we're talking about being well-rounded.
Yeah.
Not so much versatility.
Okay,
Yeah.
then who's your like favorite punk band? Like never let you down, most best records.
I mean, to talk. So again, Sex Pistols are like on their own.
Sure.
Thing.
Yeah.
In terms of put out a ton and like the average quality is really high. I got a real soft spot for Bad Religion, man.
Okay.
There you go.
Bad Religion has
Yeah.
been dope for a really long time.
Yeah,
And
they
like
don't
the
miss.
sound
Yeah.
matured, but they didn't move away from everything.
Yeah.
There are aspects about their sound that in theory put off some people. His voice is kind of specific. It's very wordy because he's so fucking smart.
Yeah.
And they're like, fuck you. Fuck you, we're doing this. The hooks are gonna stay awesome. We're gonna keep doing the like almost doo-wop style backing
Yeah, all
vocals with
the-
the power chords.
All the 3-part harmonies
They're
and
gonna
shit.
get like I got kind of it's sort of it's like what complicates my relationship with the Clash is like I love the Clash, I love what they're doing, but I have a big thing. If you want to really go political, music sometimes has a low threshold for how good an idea has to be before we say you're good at talking about it. And there's a big difference between singing about
No
something
joke.
and singing about that thing well.
Yeah.
And a lot of bands that are like, no, I'm like, man, if this was a speech on CNN, you'd be a clown.
Yeah.
But it's got an A behind it, so we're not going to call that out anymore. And Bad Religion, I think, does a good job of not tipping too far off
Sure.
of that. Because
Yeah,
again, they know what they're talking about. They're not just trying to rile somebody up or shout at some vague idea they haven't
We're
really
talking about
considered.
Anti-Flag, right?
I was gonna say,
I love Anti-Flag.
I fucking hate Anti-Flag.
I don't. I haven't really
until-
gone down that road
Okay.
because I was like, this guy, you're on the other side.
It is canceled.
Very canceled.
Right, that's
I hate
right.
him because I used to love them, and I went to multiple shows, and it was during I think it was
Yeah,
the
I
end
like
of Bush or something, and they just for an hour show they played 3 songs, and the rest of the time they preached about fucking government.
Yeah.
And it was like, dude, I'm not here to listen to your fucking ideas.
No.
Like, I love your songs. What the fuck am I doing listening to you be like, the government's taking all, and I'm just like, fuck, dude,
And
this isn't punk at all. Like, punk, fuck the government, but fuck everything.
But also play the
we're here
music.
to, we're
And
here
if
to
you're
fucking.
gonna do it, and I paid to be here, don't say
Yeah.
something I could have read my friend's uncle say on Facebook.
Yeah.
Like, bring something.
That's why
okay?
Professor Graffin
Yeah.
is so fucking prolific because he says things that are so intelligent. In
Yeah,
such
he has
a,
points.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
poetry, like it's Dylan-ish,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah.
he's really. It's not just
Yeah, have a take. Have a take.
Have a
Yeah.
thinker. Don't just fucking lay it out there so goddamn
Yeah.
over.
To jump genres, it's why I love KRS-One so much. Is that that motherfucker? You can take him off a beat entirely, and he is still smart as a son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Like to shit on someone. Immortal Technique, I do not like
Oh,
because
I
Immortal
was just
Technique
gonna bring that
is there are things about it that are impressive, but I'm like, man, what are you talking about?
Well, you can't-
Like, if
you
I
can't
pull
hear
a
it.
thread on anything you're saying, this sweater just dissolves.
See, that's my like Lupe over Immortal Technique argument because they're both political, but Lupe does it in a way
know what?
that
I
you
think
could learn
Immortal
something
Technique
from.
really misses the melodies in his songs. So like Lupe
Yes.
still has like
got
movement
hooks. Yeah.
Very
and
musical.
hooks.
From a songwriting standpoint,
Yeah, and that's why
absolutely.
like I appreciate Immortal being able to say 5,000 words in 2 seconds. But I like I'm a word guy too, so like I like to hear words and be able to chew on them as I'm like hearing songs, and I can't do that with his because I feel like he's who's the badass bass player that can play insane.
Jocko.
Thundercat?
Thundercat.
Oh,
Thundercat.
okay.
I love the way that.
You mean the badass bass player? Yeah.
No, I
Sting!
Yeah.
no. Anyway, I knew he would get it, but
Yeah.
Thundercat. I love how much how talented he is, but it's not like a bass line that I'm like, this isn't like a Rubber Band Man or something. Like I just
Sure.
don't, I'm not. I don't feel it. I'm just like, damn, dude, this guy's like ripping this bass into asshole.
Yeah.
like, it's great.
I as like a lifelong guitar player, I really feel like what you are talking about has kind of poisoned the culture of guitar, and I'm assuming
for
a lot
sure.
of it is because of the proliferation of how easy it is to film yourself.
Yeah.
And
All
again,
instruments are
hip hop
getting it,
hit every genre, and every genre had to go, what are we gonna do?
Yeah.
Guitar-based music above a lot of them feels like it went fuck you and got like angry and resentful and lost
Really
lost a
exclusionary, yeah.
relationship with making guitar-based music for people who do not play guitar and are not about to.
Yeah.
And instead they were like, I'm just gonna Paul Gilbert, who I love, but I'm just gonna look how fast this fucking no one cares but me and other me's.
Yeah.
And like
Have you been to one of those shows?
yes.
Old
And
white dudes.
Old
and,
white
bunch
dude.
of
and then
old
like
white dudes.
70-pound high school juniors. Who
Who
brought
are
their
trying-
guitar
who
to
are
the
trying to
show
learn it,
and are in the parking lot running their scale. And it's very impressive, and I can't do it either. But no one cares.
Yeah.
And the music has become that so much more than it, and it doesn't have to be. The guitar is capable of being an instrument that still people relate to outside. But if you're making art only for other artists to make that art, you're eating your own shit and you're gonna die. And I really feel like
No nutrients.
there's no nutrients. And also, it has to be like if this is a cool thing to do with your time, it has to in part be that like so someone can listen to it and feel better before they go do something actually helpful, like be a doctor or like we got to get outside of the thing, right? We got to try to benefit outside of the bubble.
But that's a
feel
really
like.
good motive to have to make music. That's a
No,
beautiful thing.
that's what I'm saying. But if your
Yeah.
motive goes and you're like, no, I just want this other guitar player to think this is clean.
Sorry.
Dude.
Steve Vai.
I know. We all right. So
I
first,
so agree.
first
Do you
instrument?
like? Wait. With that in mind, do you like Polyphia? Do you think they're cool?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
Polyphia's great.
Right.
I do. I really do. I really do.
Because they're doing what you're saying, right?
They're
They're really
yes.
fucking good, but they have taste.
But-
you know,
Yeah.
But a lot of the bands that want to sound like Polyphia
Don't. Yeah,
because
I know.
they lost the plot for the
Yeah.
natural harmonics and
Yeah.
the like weird 3-on-2 pattern.
Yeah.
Also, how many normal people know who the fuck that
No
band
one,
is?
no non-musician.
Bunch of old white guys.
No, it's super
Yeah.
impressive, and especially after hearing, you forget how much you hear an instrument played kind of the same way until you hear, and I'm sure other people have done it, but I was like, I didn't know you could do what this boy is doing.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
fucking wild.
Yeah.
And
Tim Henson's the shit.
I had such a soft spot for the Boomer Benz thing. Do you know what I'm
Oh,
talking
yeah,
about?
yeah.
I loved that.
Dude,
Because there's
Boomer
just so
Benz.
many 55-year-old dads fuck you! Playing that same, starting every solo with that giant step-and-a-half bend for 2 measures. Stop it!
I mean,
But
I
it
love the
works,
Boomer
doesn't
Band.
it?
It tastes
Sure.
delicious.
It makes all the other dads happy.
That's right.
Exactly what you're
Old
saying
white
is
dudes.
definitely in our writing style lately. Is like we're very riff heavy, but we usually start with a way too complex riff, and then we're like, we need to dumb this down.
Dumb it down.
Take stuff down. Take stuff out. It doesn't need to be here. Let stuff breathe. Let stuff have feeling and time to like mature in the song.
A couple riffs I
versus-
heard were like Living Color-ish, like the style of that chop and melodical sense.
Outside of Guitar Hero, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really have a relationship with Living Color.
Okay.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Like, good, obviously. I mean,
We're talking about the Wayans brothers.
Yeah, and he's back in.
Jim Carrey, right? Yeah.
Jim Carrey, Jamie Foxx.
But I
J-Lo.
do. My dad is on country radio, but he just listens to funk music.
Fuck
so a lot of them. But I was like James. I was like for no reason in my bathroom the other day, and I was like, James Brown is the most important person in music. Just make me wanting to fight somebody.
You're not wrong.
No,
Yeah.
and especially talking about hip hop. Until you get into the like native tongues, we're gonna sample jazz stuff. It's just James Brown because James Brown's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And so any attempt to try to sound like that, and funk music, good funk music, James Brown especially, no, not one note is to try and show up to other musicians. It's just to fucking get that stomp in there.
I just
God,
did.
James
I
Brown
did
all
like
day.
8 hours of funk music on a fucking YouTube hole like 2 weekends ago.
Yeah,
and that
yeah.
came in. I was like, guys, I listened to funk.
I'm in a
music
funk
for,
hole.
like,
I'm in a funk hole.
Great hole.
I did say there's a lot of
Fire
bad
in the
funk out
funk
there.
hole.
But there is a lot of bad funk, dude.
sure.
But I mean, my favorite's Average White Band, Tower Power.
Oh
Those
my
two.
god! I went to the Tower Power drummer. I just went down a rabbit hole of him where he'll start a beat and then just flip it, and like every beat is now on a different part of the kit.
Dude,
they're
was
great.
it Bump City? It's like a fucking dude holding a chicken wing. It's the best. That album fucking bangs, dude.
Guitar first instrument?
Yes. No, I lied to you just because I tried to answer quickly.
Because I was like, yes.
No, I did classical piano.
Okay.
From 5 until like 15 or 16.
Still,
And,
still
like,
pick it up, love it.
Yeah. Secondary to guitar. I'm really looking for ways to work me playing piano back into the show.
Sure,
I'm really trying to figure out a way.
Guitar.
Allegedly.
Double key.
Yeah. Oh my God. Fucking Michelangelo Badio, but it's 2 guitars.
Please.
Switch the other neck up for a real guitar, and you can go like this.
there
Dude.
we
Michelangelo Madio. You have it all.
There we go.
Still that hair, but like a big mustache.
And a Rick Wakeman cape. You know,
As people just get up and walk out the bar.
All white dudes, they're all in front.
Yeah, I was gonna say walk out. Just all the white people come in.
Keyboardist. Yeah.
I saw it in a Van Halen video.
So then,
So when did guitar come in? Then?
no, but as early as 5. Like,
Yeah.
sorry,
Yeah.
but like you're.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Are you then sheet musicking and
Yeah,
class-
100%. And like had a little suit and like went, and the teacher would be like, B
your
flat
scales.
Phrygian, and you're like beep 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 beep, and then you get a medal, and then you go home. Yeah, train the whole thing. Yeah, 100%. Like we're like me and then some other 5th grader are sitting on like opposite sides of the piano, and I got the bass stuff, and he's doing the tweedlies up here. 100%. And we did that, I'm gonna be honest, until my piano teacher got divorced, and it was really, really hard on her. And I think just like doing classes, love her to death, she just kind of became a little bit much. And so the
Dude,
classes
that's the
stopped,
best. That's the
unfortunately.
best. That is a great
Allegedly.
story. The turn on that was so good.
Without that,
Until
do
she
you
got
think
divorced.
do you think you would have not? When did you pick up guitar then?
There were always guitars in that. My dad is in a band.
Okay.
So there were always guitars in that, but he's
What's the band
right-handed.
name?
Trans Fat Orchestra.
Shout out Trans Fat Orchestra.
Yeah.
Trans Fat
That.
Orchestra.
No, they're all. It's like a 10-piece. There's like a horn section. It's very cool. But so there were guitars in there, but someone had somebody had given my mom an extra guitar, and then my dad restrung it for me, and I
Yeah, because you said left
yeah
hand.
lefty yeah restrung it, and then that I already don't like going outside. Like I don't like seeing people. I don't like going outside. But like I just don't like it. It's all too much for me. But
As you're here.
dude, I'm so proud of myself.
Give him some more wine. Give him some more wine.
Give him some more
France for life. Yeah.
But I got the guitar, and then I would lie to my parents that my friends were busy, so that they would leave me alone and I could just sit in the basement. And like on God, I would get up at noon, I would put Invader Zim on the basement TV, and I would just the Steve Vai 8-hour just
Nice.
and I would drink chocolate milk, probably too infrequently, go take a shower. Go to bed at 2, start it back up. Invader Zim, running the scale again. That was all I did.
Steve Vai and chocolate milk.
Yeah, dude, that's me as a freshman in high school.
That's your next album name, dude.
Yeah.
Steve Vai, chocolate milk.
So then I guess it kind of clicks. Like, yeah, obviously you'd be drawn to speed metal because classical piano, you're already working with
Yeah.
so many different scales, and you're like already recognizing those patterns or whatever. Like,
Yeah,
so
pretty
familiar
used
in
to that
some way.
line of to that sort of line of thinking and those
Yeah,
like
yeah.
chord resolutions and that sort of like
Totally.
leading tone style
Dude,
of thoughts.
great.
Yeah.
Some of those songs are insanely fast.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Also interesting though that as a lefty though, you know, like even you already had technique on piano, so there is a bass
Yes.
hand doing rhythm, but when it came to guitar, you're like, no, that doesn't feel right.
I regret not as many decisions as I should, but certainly plenty. Picking to learn guitar left-handed is like top 3.
Well,
Like, especially in the last couple years,
Just
there is
cost
a
alone,
really
Yeah.
present and hot resentment. I hate Guitar Center. Like I hate them.
sorry, we pronounce it garage.
It's garage
Center
It's
here?
garage center.
Oh,
sorry.
yeah.
Forgive me,
Yeah,
people
yeah.
from the
That's
past.
that's how we that's how we pronounce it
So
amongst
that
us.
place,
Yeah.
and I just make the phone call and be like, I know you have 32,000 guitars on the
How
wall.
many are left-handed?
And he'll laugh and he'll go, we got one bass. And I'll be like, fuck you! I'm gonna call Sam Ash. Oh, fuck me again?
Yeah.
And then
We got a Rogue. It's on sale for $29.99.
and then you're just making conversation with a right-handed person, and they can't help themselves. It's like it has to. It's like it's just sitting in the back of their throat, and they go, "Why don't you just play your right-hand guitar upside down?" Like, what did you just do? They just have to vomit it forth, and I have to be like, "Have you ever in your life played a left-handed guitar upside down? You know what it is? A pain in the fucking ass."
It's uncomfortable.
Do you know? Because every
It's impossible,
downstroke,
yeah.
I turn all the volume knobs off, and if it's not a double cutaway, I can't even get past the 11th fret. Fuck you! And then they're like, "Oh, you know Jimi Hendrix," and I'm like, "Cool, thank you."
Yeah.
Thank
Which
you.
also he didn't do that. He
He
restrung his
restrung
fucking-
it. No,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So like I can play, I can like bum my way through an upside down right-handed guitar just enough to be able to be like,
GCD,
man, I wish
yeah.
this was really the thing I played.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Just how.
'Cause
hard
I-
it
yeah,
would be to
I'm-
get left-handed
It's
shit.
inconvenient.
You
I'm
are too, right? I
left-handed,
just
yeah.
saw you.
Because
I've been seeing you
you're
right
We're both
on the
yeah.
lefties
I'm
and we both
left-handed
play
and
right-handed.
shit.
That's what I.
Yeah.
You're so
Yeah.
much smarter than me.
So the only thing, yeah, I think.
Budget constraints.
Well, great.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just how I learned. I play drums right-handed too, so
Yeah.
it's just you're
For
using both hands already.
Soccer,
Yeah,
I was
you know.
ambidextrous, so with my feet, so I did
What are
put
we
me
talking
everywhere.
about? The Switch.
But yeah, yeah, hockey and all
That's where
that
he
shit.
got his hand dexterity. From the
Yeah.
camera from 1873 we bought.
So then what's happening? There's only 2 versus 3 lefties. Like, right-handed?
I guess so, man.
Yeah, they're
we're the
breaking.
minority
We're
in
You guys
breaking
are a bunch
all
of
of the
losers.
rules on
I
this.
know.
Okay,
Why don't you guys learn how to be left-handed?
I'm so sorry. I don't know what came over me.
I'm about to go into musical theater, but first I gotta say open mics. So now, how did the relationship of like making music together then?
Yeah, going doing shows and stuff. Or...
I also have a question about open mics too. After you
Yeah.
Well, it was writing December, and then we're like, this is pretty dope. I bet we can like do an original version of this, and then we wrote Methamphetamine Dance.
Yeah. Then we put it together a couple, and we had a couple covers. I've done, because I'm Jack White's like why I play guitar.
Great.
So I've covered Seven Nation Army in every band I've ever been in
million
my
times.
entire
Yeah,
life.
yeah.
But so I wanted to do it with him, but I was like, I took the riff out and like made it pretentious and annoying. And so we would play that, and we kind of had put together whatever, like 3 or 4 songs, and then just were weird at coffee shops that were like singer-songwriters and jazz people. And
Yeah.
he's like, so I'll be rapping.
Yeah.
And
with a guitar.
with the guitar.
With the guitar, essentially instead of a DJ, right?
right,
Because
right.
it's
Did you have
it's
like drums programmed or anything or
nothing.
For
It was
the first one,
acoustic.
no.
Yeah.
For the first one, no. We
was
just
all
presented
acoustic.
it as an acoustic.
Sweet.
And I would
Yeah.
sing the hooks, and then he would,
That's cool.
That was
Yeah.
my question: is how the fuck does an open mic go for you guys?
Yeah. That.
Like,
Surprisingly,
Surprisingly good. You gotta pick and choose them. You can't roll up on any.
yeah,
We've
Bar?
left certain open mics just
like
because we're
spoken
like,
word
this
and
really
shit?
is the
This is
vibe.
not it for
Yeah.
us. And
Yeah.
they
We-
know it, and we know it.
It's happened a few times.
Yeah.
I can imagine like spoken word, super deep in like fucking all about death, and you're like, I'm not about to fucking go up here and rap.
Yeah.
At first,
Yeah.
it was a lot of open mics in which people are also doing poetry and spoken
Yeah.
word and
That's
even
actually
comedy.
kind of easier on us. That like bridges
Yeah.
the gap for us a little bit because we're
Gotcha.
already doing non-melodic vocal delivery.
Right,
So we're
right.
kind of combining things you've already
sure.
seen that
Yeah.
night.
Yeah.
Just you
It's
have
like,
a guitar.
Yesterday,
Exactly.
my
Yeah, yeah.
dog died, and today I'm going to die.
And I'm like, G.
Why do you play radio? 2, 3, 4.
And he's like, shit, I'm just trying to make some asses shake. Like, why is everyone so sad tonight? It's a
I'm like,
Tuesday.
fuck, I'm sorry about your dog, man, but I got
Yeah.
this weed.
Yeah.
and it's rad.
And
I'm trying to have
you
a good
probably
time.
shouldn't kill yourself, man.
Probably should.
Yeah.
So
Step
then,
back
what
from
kind
that
of rooms
ledge.
were treating you good? Like what cities? Because
Yeah.
you said Van Nuys. Is that the city like
Yeah.
that you both ended in? Like met and
in Van Nuys, yeah, and like the bordering cities. He's on Van Nuys. Keys, 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 keys on.
Why you
Oh, everywhere in the valley, we seem to be pretty well received. I think we've mostly.
Yeah, we just tend to. I mean, we've tried some that are like hushed and good posture, and we just feel out of place. We're also like goofballs, and like
Sure.
the songs, his verses are goofy, like they sort of tear.
Yeah.
So we just try to, if you can, if the open mic seems like it's got a rambunctious vibe, we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
We'll be good.
Maybe don't open with us. But like once people are vibing, we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
very good with crowd work, so like he can
We have
kind of
fun,
settle
yeah.
us in that way.
Yeah.
And then they're like, he's at least playing a guitar, so I kind of know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then composition wise, because then like singing comes into it too for hooks and stuff. Like I think I wrote down I'd have to check. Like 21 Pilots, sure. Like because
Yeah,
the way that's the way the
Speaking of nowhere,
songs-
Ohio.
Yeah.
Speaking of nowhere, Ohio. Yeah, the way those songs are at least arranged in a certain way. I had some touchstones. Also, if you're not Weird Al fans, I'll be fucking way
Oh,
surprised.
no,
Like
brilliant.
super surprised.
Yeah,
like
of course.
brilliant. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
But the attention to the cleverness of not only the cleverness of the spitting, but the cleverness of the song arrangements.
It's very handy to have a singer and a rapper when you have song structure that requires hooks and bridges and things
Yeah.
like that.
I think we really try very hard to structure the song based off of what the story seems to need, whatever
Yeah.
the story
Right.
that we're telling seems to need. And a lot of times with him, we'll be like, all right, I got this riff, we got whatever, here's like sort of a sonic structure. Can you give me like a 16? And sometimes he'll be like, I wrote 32.
Yeah.
Right,
And
right.
then so then he'll do it and we'll listen to it, and then a lot of times I'll be like, okay, I feel like the story that you put is this part and this part and this. Can we tie these together? Could you maybe make these parts about this thing? What if we introduce this plot point? Whatever. And then I'm always trying to find ways to work into the narrative that there are multiple vocalists. So to have, if we can, we're different characters in the same story, or I'm
Perfect.
talking
I
about what
get it.
he's talking about, or or like put us on different sides of an argument, or anything like
Yeah.
that. Because we have kind of a weird structure,
Right.
we really seek it doesn't work every time, but opportunities to play that.
Yeah.
And
And since
especially
I'm the MC, I get to be the one to break the fourth wall.
Yes.
And talk directly
Yeah.
to the
Fuck
audience,
yeah.
where
Yeah,
it
yeah.
seems like I'm talking to you, and behind me, my band
this is
are
the
talking
show.
amongst themselves.
I think I also wrote down DMC, and I wrote down a little bit of Cypress Hill, and I wrote down
also listen to them
Very
on the way
Cypress
here.
Hill. Yeah,
Yeah,
we listened
yeah,
to some of Black
totally.
Sunday on the way here as well.
That was maybe my fourth album I ever bought was Cypress Hill.
Yo,
No,
Cypress.
there's notes somewhere. I can't find them. It's fine. So now I gotta ask, like, when did you start spitting and writing things? Like, how?
He's like in the womb,
Kinda. I
in
mean,
my daddy's balls. Said.
You have a pencil
Yeah.
sharpener?
A little bit. Yeah. No,
Dad threw me down his pencil,
my
man.
mom was pregnant with me, and my baby arm would just come out of her and grab a pencil off the table and.
Oh my god, the paper cuts.
Sorry, Monica.
The horror, dude.
Yeah, come on, that's gotta happen.
There you go. Yeah.
I mean, as far back as I can remember, because I was super into like Disney movies, right? So I would like
Okay.
learn. It would Disney or
Good
otherwise.
lyrics.
I would learn all the songs to Aladdin and Rockadoodle and be performing them shits and then want to write my own. And then like when I was in elementary school, and every time I turned in a written report, if it was like a book report or what have you, it would always have rhymes in it.
Nice.
I always turn in as an elementary school student. I would turn in written
Is that
papers
right?
that
My
were
essay
rhyming.
titles were always song names.
Hey!
Every
okay.
single time, it was some Tom Waits song name that I
Oh,
made
fuck
the
yeah,
name
Tom Waits.
of my like Catcher in the Rye essay or whatever.
How did we
the
not
hell.
already talk about Tom Waits?
Yeah, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
That's a goddamn. That's a good idea. I'm gonna have some of this.
Yeah, yeah.
This,
Yeah,
this
dude.
pen
Yeah,
that you
yeah,
gave
yeah.
me before.
Okay, so now I
this
got to talk
time.
about musical theater, right? So if
Craig's
you're
a
talking-
musical theater.
Yeah,
dude.
if you're talking about, you're already talking about Aladdin. God, what a fucking score that is!
Oh my God,
Whoa, yeah. And Menken all day, like he did all that golden work for Disney, all that. I just saw Lion King for the first time on stage.
yeah.
So
yeah,
good.
at Segerstrom,
Nice.
and I was like, God damn. Elton and Menken, like that was a wonderful combo. You're not going to get that again, and I think that's why that show does so fucking well because
think
you can put
Lion
at
King
least
might be
two of
Tim
those
Rice.
on the radio.
Certain-
Oh, it is Rice.
Yeah.
It is Rice.
Yeah.
But the
Wow, Oliver.
what's the is Aladdin the best score?
Oh man,
Fan of the Apple,
Disney score?
I probably I have,
Broadway.
without thinking about it, my reflex impulse answer is The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Wow.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
But I really have to think about that shit.
Yeah.
Like, please, everyone, go watch Hunchback
Everyone
again.
go watch
And-
Hunchback.
I
And
don't.
just pay attention to
remember.
Frollo's song
Dog.
and understand that, like, 6-year-olds are
No,
watching
it's
this.
like it's like biblical plague. It's like Old Testament stuff they won't say in church. It's wild.
Frollo's the best villain because he's the most
fucking
realistic.
Yeah.
There are
God.
really Frollos out there in the world right the fuck now,
is.
everywhere, all
That
over the
is
place. You
fucking
interact with them
hilarious.
every day, and you have no
Too
idea.
real,
dude.
right?
It's
Frollos
Jafar-
are everywhere.
Jafar at
Jafar
least-
has magic and shit. Like
Yeah, exactly. We don't all have sorcery.
Jafar has like a
Frollo
parrot.
has horny as his evil. He's a villain because he's
He's got
horny.
breaking him up.
No, there's exactly. There's no Iago. There's no slats him and
Superpower
jets
is
him.
lecherous. That's all it is. That's what his
Superpower
thing.
is repression.
Oh my
Yeah,
She will be
that's
mine,
the
she will
thing.
be mine.
He's just got the horny
Dark
really, really
hooded
bad
dog.
and burns down half of France
it's
because of it.
relentless.
Because
The
of
ultimate
his
incel.
relationship with God.
Yeah.
It's
In the
terrifying
church.
because he's terrified. So he's terrifying. You don't understand. This villain is fucking
Like
brilliant.
fire,
Hellfire, now Gypsy, it's your turn. I'm sorry, man. Yeah, man. Dude. Or you will burn.
I don't
Let her
even-
taste the fires of hell, he
remember that
says.
till now.
I know.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Right?
It's
Because
crazy.
you're just like,
Hell, man.
so
it's
church on Sunday? It's wild. It's a wild sequence.
One 6-year-old in a Slayer shirt. I fuck with this.
I want to go to church for Halloween.
Absolutely.
Josh Gad Gal Gadot. It's coming in a couple years.
Oh, they're
live
doing it?
action.
The
Oh,
live
yeah.
action?
Yeah, that's what they're gonna do.
Who's gonna be Frollo?
Who's going to be
Both of
Cloven
I don't
is
know.
what
Let's go with
wanna
Ian
know.
McKellen.
Okay.
Ooh.
Sure. I don't know.
Alright.
Yeah. He'd be a good one.
Yeah.
Let's go with Jeremy Irons.
Hey,
Okay.
that's also a sexy answer.
Matt
Yeah.
Mickelson.
Yes.
That's also
yeah.
a sexy answer.
All right, Timothy Chalamet.
Sure.
They age him down.
Yeah. Just make him old.
yeah.
We're gonna resurrect. What the fuck's his name?
Michael Caine.
Christopher Lee.
Yes, Chris. I
Christopher
was
Lee.
yes, Christopher Lee.
Christopher Lee
That's-
would be perfect.
Oh, yeah, would be
Yes,
perfect.
yes.
Oh,
You caught me over there. So
Yeah,
tell
yeah. Because he only played villains. And he,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so aside from best
Count
score,
Dooku.
is that the best movie as well? Of Disney.
Oh.
Of the Disney musicals. If that's the best score,
They all
I
have
hear you.
songs.
Off, man. Well, Pinocchio's like the Citizen Kane of animation.
Oh, okay.
What do you mean it sucks?
Yeah, no, Citizen Kane is boring as fuck. I mean, by reputation, I get you. I get you, Rose. But nah, yeah, I get
That's
you.
what all these, they're like, I'm a movie club.
movies ever made.
Citizen Kane's the best movie. I'm like, dude, it's black and white. It sucks. It's fucking really boring.
It's one of those like how
black
you were
and
talking
white,
about
it sucks.
intense shredding. By every technical standard, it's brilliant, but also
Yeah, dude.
I am not co-signing this take on Citizen Kane. It's a great movie.
It's great. It's
What is it
great.
about? If you watch the middle from like 15
It's
to 40
about-
minutes,
Hey, if you
what the
didn't get
fuck's
it, I
about?
can't explain it to you. Because then you'll never get it.
Rose.
That's a better.
Want to know what? I don't want to get it.
I know.
So I'd rather be like this.
You know what? And that's why you'll never live in regret. Yeah, exactly. Nick's Rage Corner all
Ah,
day.
fucking-
Nick's
yeah,
Rage
get outta
Corner
here
all
with
day.
I
Get
mean,
outta here.
Charles Foster Kane, that's a great character arc. I'll give it that. By the end, when he's fucking up that room,
Yep.
when you fuck up that room,
That's the best part of the movie.
yeah.
Please
Fuck
tell
up.
me you've seen Orson Welles. It's like the mid 80s and he's doing a champagne commercial.
Yes. Yeah. 100%.
Everyone should look that up. It's
Missed
great.
it.
They weren't all Citizen Kane.
Well, he's a spokesman. He's like, the fun of things in life.
Oh, yeah, you showed me that one.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's bubbly. Yeah, he loses his shit.
yeah. Can't even say his lines.
So then you started forming band mates then instead of open mics. Like it was time to get.
We had been a two-piece for a couple of years called By Way of Face. Why? Because that's how we take our drugs. We're just being silly.
Seemed like a funny joke.
We're
Fuck
just
yeah.
being silly. It just sounded cool, man. We just that reaction. That's the only reason we had that. Like
Great.
that's the only reason we would even say that. Was yeah. See, we're all about crowd response. Real MCs in this
That's
bitch.
great.
But
How we
he.
take our drugs.
he
So my
you
so my
worked with
band
Evan.
so my band name is Raw Anal. Is that my-
Yeah.
That's how I take my drugs.
Butt
Oh,
stuff,
no.
dude.
Vodka tampon?
Hey,
They opened up for Unfuckwithable Scrooge.
Yeah, 15 minutes ago. Hell of a punk band.
man.
I was bitching about not having enough bandmates at work, and a new busser was like, I can play bass," and I was like, sold. And then we had him. I I was in like a punk band for when I was like 20 or 21.
Oh, what's
and
the
I
name
was,
of it?
Yeah.
Don't
hold back.
Rust. Rust.
Rust?
Rust.
Rust.
The game.
Way before we met.
Yes. And
Not a '90s grunge band.
no, but
punk
man, if
Rust. Opening for Bush.
And so I hit that drummer up, and he was on board until he wasn't.
But it was still like a solid year and a half of it was the four of us.
Yeah.
Cool.
And up until the plague,
And
we were
then-
playing fairly consistently.
And we were because Chief Red Eye is what he raps under.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
were for a while. We were Chief Red Eye and the Bad Examples.
Right.
Oh,
Is
great.
what we for quite a while, and then plague hit, drummer departed, and then we were just sort of like a drummerless ship for a really frustratingly long time.
Right. Well, because then the songs are now coming together as a full band, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Now the ideas are coming to a room and you can.
They're being
piece it together?
released as that right in time for us to not be a full band anymore.
Yeah. That's gotta suck.
Not that it matters, and that's
Oh,
what
that
we
works.
figured. Not that it matters
we can't
right
be
now. The
performing
world
anyway.
is shut down,
Sure.
so we may as well
Just
just,
put 'em
figure
out.
that part out
Yeah.
later. We
Yeah.
need to.
I mean,
yeah,
use
plant
that
these
time
roots,
to
man.
audition.
Yes.
Yeah.
Find your guy.
Find the guy.
Exactly. And it took years, but we found our guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
What
shout
kind
out
of
to
drum machine? Like a
George.
Roland something?
What's that?
What?
Is he on a Roland V kit? Is that what
No,
you're
no,
saying?
you just program it, right?
Yeah.
That's your drummer.
I mean,
He's on an MPC. I get it.
I'm
Sure,
kidding.
yeah.
I know you guys are a real drummer.
but our bass player's a ghost.
Our bass player's a ghost.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have
Oh.
a phantom bass player.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got a very we've got a very sort of technologically dependent set right now. Where for a while our current drummer was our bass player, and we had a different drummer.
Okay.
And he now drums, but we recorded all of his bass parts, and we play to a
click.
Yeah,
a click.
we do
Anyway,
too.
and we have playback. Anyway, so now the Focusrite comes up on stage with us.
Yeah.
And one is to the in-ears, one is to the bass amp,
Yep.
one is to the bar speak,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, the
Yep.
PA. And then he drums, and we've all got the cue, and we all and that's kind of how we keep it
Dude,
together.
we can do shows together because we do the same thing.
Yeah, we have the
Right,
same
yeah. So
setup,
you-
essentially.
And
Yeah.
standard of performance now is almost
Yeah,
tied
it
to
is it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
want to be a pro in LA, you better fucking be running tracks. You better have in-ears. You better be playing exactly to your fucking song
Very
tempo.
not White Stripes, by the way.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, 'cause
But-
Well, that wasn't we never we paid never mind to any of that until we met the previous drummer who insisted.
No,
on
it was
the
like a
in-ear
he
and the
like
click.
would he like what you we will do that. There was no other option.
Yeah.
And he was right. It's been incredibly helpful.
Dude,
Yeah.
what we noticed is that we would go through a 40-minute set in 31 minutes because we'd
Yeah,
play songs fucking 20 BPMs too fast.
Sure.
We just come in like a fucking
You're just amped. It's
Yeah.
tonight. It's
Yeah.
you're sitting
Adrenaline.
there
Yeah,
for
it's just
hours.
adrenaline.
and sound check.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm about
Yeah.
that energy.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
It is a good energy, but
No, that's
also
why.
people want to record you on their phone and then put your fucking song on top of it.
Yeah, but
I was
it's-
there at the show, you did exactly what I listen to all the time on Spotify.
Instead of playing it fast, I'd rather take that energy and play it hard.
Yeah.
I'd rather do it in time and good and fucking
Yes.
hard.
Yeah.
That's where I'd spend that energy. It's just
Yeah.
better that way.
Without a doubt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it feels good.
For sure,
Yeah.
yeah. It's comfortable.
So then you're running laptop live and stuff,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So that way you can pump in that stuff.
Yes.
But fucking
Yeah.
bands, how many auxiliary members have you had to kind of rifle through in and out?
So this is actually their current
intimidating.
iteration is the first time that we've been doing it. We
Okay.
we were a 5-piece for a minute. And then when our bass
I think
player
I saw photos of a 5 at one
yeah,
point
we were 5
somewhere.
for a little while.
Yeah.
And then bass player became drummer, and we were like, I don't want to do another. I don't want to.
right.
And it's already there. It's already tracked. It's already sitting there.
Yeah.
Let's just do this. And it took because none of us really, none of us came into it with a lot of knowledge, technical how to maneuver that. So it was a lot of sitting at instrument stores or just on the phone with,
Yeah.
can you please just walk me through Focusrite control, just you know what I'm saying, just trying to download
Yeah.
that stuff.
YouTube
A lot of-
University, dude.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
exactly
man,
right.
a lot of YouTube and a lot of
Yeah.
spending time, like I said, at instrument stores or on the phone or even online with anyone who's smarter than us and very
Just trying to
knowledgeable.
figure
And
out.
sure.
and having them explain it multiple different ways
apologize. Like, I'm
because
very
we're
dumb.
so
Can you just
illiterate with
again,
this
what does
kind
that
of stuff.
mean?
We're dumb in general, but
Yeah.
especially with a new endeavor.
Yeah.
None of
What are
them-
you guys
no-
run? Are you running Ableton or?
It's a Logic.
Logic.
Yeah, I
Okay.
do everything
Just a
through
session.
Logic.
Gotcha. Cool.
Boo.
No, I like Logic. I'm a Logic guy.
I know you're a Logic guy. That's why I said boo.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
I'm still telling you, Plan B is where it's at because if the laptop fails, if everything fails, we just do a splitter with a WAV file. The click is on the right, and then we
so
split
gross.
that
The
way. And the
podcast
right
is
comes to us.
consistently off, but our life is also consistently off.
Yeah, yeah.
So-
It's a motto. It's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last
the
thing you
only
want
way
is,
to
oh
do
no, tech problems.
Yeah.
Okay, well, hey guys, so
And the further into the future we get, the more
Jesus
chances
Christ.
there are for tech problems.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah. It's just gonna be obsolete.
I didn't imagine we'd be playing with as many wires as we play
a
with.
lot. It's a lot
Yeah.
of wires.
When we first started a band, I could not imagine that it would
It's
be.
so many
I look
cables.
at it and I'm like, thank God Donovan knows how to do all that. This is overwhelming.
Yeah, we have a whole box that we have to bring.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
My
much.
heart
Yeah.
start
Yeah.
beating really
Silver
fast
gold.
when I look at that shit.
Yeah.
It's just
We got a whole suitcase of shit.
Yeah.
100%.
that's why when you see big tours, there's a lot of techs involved.
Yeah,
a
yeah.
lot of techs
People
involved.
whose
'cause
job is only that.
Just that.
I'm
Yeah.
sure Gwen Stefani's a great engineer, but her job is to look good and sound good, and so you need a bunch of people with way more knowledge in the plugs and the wires. Yeah.
And do it faster.
Fuck's sake.
Totally.
Yeah.
So then, did you start? You're recording yourselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a learning curve too. So not just like
Had you done
miking
that
things
before,
up
or-
and like
Nuclear.
During when we're doing the shows, we're not.
yeah, you know,
recording.
like
Yeah.
No.
So-
But
You
the,
mean
for your
the-
for your
for the
songs.
stu- oh,
songs.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we during the quarantine.
Oh, yeah.
we
Like, you
built
bought
a
a whole bunch
vocal
of stuff.
booth
And then
in
we
the
built
living
that
room.
vo- Yeah, we built a vocal
We
booth
built a
out
whole
of
ass vocal booth.
PVC pipe and moving blankets. Because to this day, about a third of our living room is a vocal booth that we built. It's not nearly as they've actually done it. So next to this, it
Yeah.
was like
Dude,
dog
no,
shit.
It's a
Right?
baby
If-
version of this shit.
if you apply that to this amount of square footage, you get the same mania involved.
So that's exactly the same thing.
I have a buddy who does like super big voiceover for huge
Commercials
artists,
and-
commercial voiceover.
Yeah.
He has a large wardrobe box from U-Haul that he drapes fucking moving blankets over and just has a nice
Allegedly.
microphone. That's how he does his fucking.
Allegedly.
Yeah, man.
Fuck yeah, it is. Yeah, shout out to MC Papillon.
That's handy though.
Dude,
Yep.
and
That's
he
awesome.
fucking crushes it. He like things that we talk about Dota. He's like voices in Dota. He
Yeah,
did
yeah.
a
He's
Toyota
got
commercial
video
that he's
cameras.
been fucking
Well,
making
hey.
bank off of.
You can't give away all
Allegedly.
the secrets.
No, I can talk about that stuff. There's
He's under NDAs, I don't know.
There's certain shit I can't talk about.
There is stuff we can't talk about.
Yeah, but I can
Dempsey
tell you.
rules.
Yeah, Dempsey's awesome, but you don't need much to make good stuff. You just need
No.
like what you guys
Just need to
done.
be, it's just
is
isolated.
get
Yeah.
the knowledge on how to do it right.
We just
Yeah.
start.
Just
You
fucking
need to
ask
cast the
questions.
snowball.
Yeah.
And then we'll get better as we go with the better understanding of as we use these things and these new
Yeah.
technologies, the vocal booth or the playback or the what, any of
Yeah.
these technological advancements. It's just a matter of casting the snowball and as we get experience with it, figure out how it can be improved. We just set up, we just turned his room into a social media set.
Like a-
He has lights hanging in the ceiling
Yeah,
like you
we put a
guys
bunch of-
do.
we put a bunch of.
So what's your
yeah.
OnlyFans channel?
Oh, yeah.
If you got lights
Yeah,
in the ceiling,
it will be.
then-
It will be.
Feed pics.
Feed pics, feed pics.
An excess.
Yeah.
I got the coconut oil. Don't fuck with me. I got it. I know what
Oh,
I'm
what's
doing.
up, dude?
I mean, that'll cost.
Let's hear it. You can
It'll
use
cost
you
you.
can use code word Newplag Radio to get 10% off his OnlyFans channel.
Yeah, that's right.
10% off the first month.
Just the first month.
Yeah. Just
Yeah,
only
Hey, first
10%.
taste is free. You know, it always is.
You want to see?
He's
clown
got good
porn.
feet. Let me tell you.
I
I
got
can
good
vouch for you.
feet, and I wear clown makeup. You're not gonna want to miss this.
I know.
Allegedly.
At Clown Feed, right? I can't give it away. Sorry.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, I was
giving
gonna
it
say-
away. This is why I don't show my face in the video. Don't actually look this shit up.
This is
Clown
ad
makeup
space,
on
Craig.
the
We got to
feet.
charge you.
Yeah, clown makeup on the feet. Each toe has a.
Big Toe's got the squeaky nose.
Yeah.
Got me all
Musical
figured out.
theater. Musical theater as well.
Yeah.
So you found some nexus there on shows.
I guess personality. Well, we didn't really bond over musical theater, but it was certainly like I don't
was
know. In our
baked in already.
personalities, I
Yeah.
think we're
Yeah.
both fucking nerds.
Yeah, and also
Yeah.
and like both have a little bit of like a.
We're so eccentric. Yes, man. You get it. Yeah.
We're all super.
Stuck with it.
We're all
it's
stuck with it. Yeah.
We're super gay in Midwest eyes. We're definitely.
Fuck yeah.
We're
Very
gay.
gay. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
My brother-in-law is
Gay
not
as-
me. It's all I'm saying. My cousin, it's not me. It's all I'm saying. They
Same here.
Nah, I'm gay as fuck.
would have done this work in half the time. You know.
And they definitely wouldn't slap each other's ass anytime.
Yeah.
We don't even end a game and we're already slapping each other's ass.
He's not even on it.
Yeah.
I just like his ass.
Walked out the parking.
Yeah, Craig, we're driving to the gig. Good game.
Guys, stop at this basketball court real quick.
I need a reason.
Come on,
Stand
I got
over
some
there real
affirmations
quick.
for that ad.
What'd you say at your family dinner? It's not gay if the lights are off. That was his, in front of your parents.
In front of my folks.
In
My
front of
phrase
your
is, it's
parents.
not gay if you suck dick like a man.
I will certainly subscribe to that. I can get behind that. Just because I suck a little dick don't make me gay. I'm just in the moment sometimes.
So the,
A moment is a moment. I like good eye contact.
Yeah.
If I look at you like I might go chop like 2 bundles of wood after this,
If I
you
just-
probably don't think I'm homosexual.
If I just say I'm pansexual to everyone, I just am safeguarded from the rest of it. And then that takes away any.
Yeah.
Like, everyone has less questions after I say
the
that.
toughest argument I heard on that one, someone said to me, it's not gay if you have sex with another man, being a man, and after you're done, you look at him romantically in the eyes and tell him that you're gay.
Yeah. I was like, well, that's not gay. Yeah. It's not gay.
By the way, I'm gay.
What is
Thank you for your transparency.
Liberace. Okay, all right. It's fine.
For your
It's fine.
transparency.
Liberace never
It's not
did
gay
that.
if you admit that
One
you're
time.
It's not gay if you admit you're gay.
Are we canceled on
Yeah,
it?
we're definitely
Okay, we're canceled. Just making sure. Just making sure
We
we're
tried.
canceled on it. But back to musical theater.
Yeah,
Oh
fucking
God!
talk
All right, just cancel. But what's the best show? I know it's loaded.
Yeah.
Should be.
Best show, like,
Fuck.
best
I'm sorry. I'm an
musical.
asshole. It's West Side Story. That's
Mine's
just my
what?
opinion.
No, mine's West Side Story.
Mine's
too.
Family Opera.
Just
West
my.
Side Story? You did West Side Story?
Mine is Family
Oh, I
Opera.
never got to do it.
Oh, okay.
But it's the best one there is.
My favorite show.
Oh, totally.
I got
That's
lucky when I
just
was
my
a kid. I was in just orchestra like my whole life, and what
Oh, you're
Michigan.
pitting for a bunch, right?
Yeah, and then Michigan has an awesome thing where like you're in 8th grade and pay $45, get in a bus and drive 3 hours, and like I got to go to Toronto and see Family Opera like 5 times.
Nice.
And that before, like I saw the last year it was there, and like even though they don't like the song, that's my favorite fucking thing.
Yeah, I don't like
Yeah.
Phantom's great. I love it.
I
still hate
dig that
Cats.
shit.
I hate
dig on
Cats.
that
Yeah,
shit.
Cats is awesome.
Never seen Cats.
No, Cats is
That
awful.
movie is a fucking ball.
The movie I've
Oh
not
my
seen
God,
either.
that movie. Do you know in
4 grams of
SpongeBob
shrooms.
where the Flying Dutchman has taken SpongeBob and Patrick and then Squidward by proxy, and they're all kind of working on the ship for a second.
Yeah.
And then Squidward talks shit, and then
hear
Flying
the deal?
Dutchman throws Squidward into like what is clearly the 4th circle of hell.
Yeah.
That is seeing Cats.
Jason Derulo.
Why did he never do that? Why didn't he go Rum Tum Tugger one time or whatever the fuck he plays? Come on!
I bet
No,
you
he
like
should have said Jason Derulo.
you take enough acid, that movie probably rocks.
In the movie.
Before
Yeah.
Walter
Yeah,
White
yeah,
said
yeah.
Jason Derulo. Cat abs.
Who knows?
I know it
With
was
nipples.
a wreck, wasn't it? It was
hearing
an,
cat
good.
abs
It was an
over here.
absolute wreck of a production,
God.
and I'm so glad they
It was
did
a
it that
ball.
way. Yeah, huh? Because like they had to, because they had already like Les Mis was a great standard for that
Oh,
shit.
catnip.
They started doing a great bunch of movie adaptations that wasn't the fucking early '90s Phantom of the Opera. Woo! They did another one in the 2000s. Yuck! Like, there's so many bad versions.
Well, I'm not talking
of
about
it.
the movies.
You guys,
No, that's what I'm saying.
you guys excited for Wicked?
No.
Yeah.
Great cast.
I am a Mormon.
Yeah.
The Mormon just
The Mormon
The
just
more-
believes.
Yeah, dude.
Mormon just.
Dude,
yeah.
I watched both the Tonys and there's another one too. Another show. Both of those sets are so good.
Yeah.
Hello,
Oh,
ding ding. My
yeah.
name is Elder Price.
Yeah.
that's a great musical.
I
dude.
was
That's a
lucky
really-
enough
What's
to
your
see
go-to?
Phantom. My go-to musical?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who does it the best?
Oh man, I don't.
There's
It's
a
like
lot of
Sunset
good ones.
Boulevard. I'm like, okay.
Rock of Ages.
That's tough. That's something I would honestly need to brush up on to give an honest answer because I really don't know. Aside from the ones I've been in and have been invited to see,
Okay.
I'm not cultured with. You know
Which
what?
ones
Sweeney
were you
Todd.
in?
Sweeney Todd.
Sweeney Todd.
I
Sweeney
saw
Todd's
Sweeney
great.
Todd at the Amundsen.
Oh,
Good
that's
movie,
got to
too.
be awesome.
Movies.
Yeah, and the movies though.
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
movies
movie
though.
is good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, they did a decent job.
it's
that way.
fucking
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah. Which ones were you in? How old?
Oh, like high school, I started doing theater. Mostly straight plays, but a few musicals with either bit parts or ensemble.
Even hit plays like titles. Just hit a bunch.
Alibaba and the 40 Thieves,
Yes.
Midsummer Night's Dream,
Nice.
Lysistrata,
Lysistrata, nice.
Two of those?
West Side Story.
Oh, you were in it.
Yeah, I was Chino. I got to kill
Oh, you
the
were
fuck
Chino?
out of Tony.
Fuck
Yeah,
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 dude.
man. Yeah.
Wait.
Oh, that was one of my favorite roles, man.
Yeah,
I really
dude.
like playing Chino. It's a small role, but it's
No,
a
it's a
good
good
one.
one.
It's a good
It's a,
one.
it's a
Yeah.
heavy one,
It's a
too.
great
some
one.
good
I had a
shit.
lot of
Yeah.
fun with that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
What
What's
else?
the
I
first
was
show? Like,
in-
how young were you?
Alibaba and the 40 Thieves, I was 16.
Cool.
Oh, before that, when I was 15, I took drama as an elective, and I was in, I forgot what the fuck it's called, but it was like a Greek satire, one-act type of deal.
Oh, cool.
I really
Yeah.
don't remember.
That's all good, yeah.
Um,
Midsummer will teach you everything you need to know about stage play, like
Yeah.
all
My-
in one shot.
You know what?
Dude, so much
Inebrious.
goes on.
My first character I ever played on stage, the character's name was Inebrious.
Nice.
Which is poetic, because right now,
Franzi, yeah.
Franzi, yeah.
how many of
Theater
us have
teacher's like, I'm
them?
taking one look at this fucking 15-year-old. You look drunk as a son of a bitch, boy.
We'll just pigeonhole you for the rest of your life.
Typecast. Yeah.
Yeah, man, that was fun. And a lot of one acts. A lot of like when I was in like the community college I went to afterward, Moore Park Community College. I did a lot of student
Shout outs.
Yeah, man, big shouts out. And I did a lot of student written one acts, and
Great.
so a lot of the original shits. I was in
Cool.
LA's at the time. It was LA's longest running show, Eavesdropper.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that was.
Was that a rotating one acts or what was the
That was like a 2-hour play that took place in a black box studio in Hollywood somewhere. Yeah.
sick?
Yeah. Yeah, that was like 2011, 12,
Yeah, it's a day
2012.
Yeah, that's fine. 2012. Yeah. We're all 21 here,
It
dude.
was yesterday or so.
Oh,
Yeah.
Long ass motherfucking
We
time
drove
ago,
from that
man.
to here.
Hey, it's the longest running show. It's still around.
Yeah, it started yesterday.
No, I got in it just in time for it to end. I was in it like 3 months before the wheels fell off. And they were like, it's been a nice 7 years. And I was like, I caught the tail end of it. No, it was good.
Okay.
It was good. You know, you could tell, like, having just gotten to the inside of it, could tell, like, oh, this is where it's supposed to end. I'm glad I get to, be here for it and see it.
But then talk about a foundation of A, crowd work, B,
Yeah.
stage presence,
Yeah.
C, vernacular, right? It's not just hip hop. You have to deliver words as they are written, or else something doesn't fucking make sense.
Or sound good, or make other
Yeah, it
people
just
understand.
has
what
to
you're
be that
saying.
way.
Yeah, I gotta be careful about that shit. When,
Yeah.
and he'll keep me in check. Look at the look he's giving me. Look at the look he's giving me. We have to make sure that one word doesn't bleed into another word if I'm getting slurry.
Yeah.
I'm getting too comfortable in there. We're gonna do it in different, like, do it like you're talking to. He'll direct me in the studio. Yeah.
Oh, I sort of do the editing.
Yeah.
And so
Editing.
Editing.
Yeah.
No,
laborious, but it's also. It's the thing that's actually the making of it. Everything else is almost the making of it, or is near the making of it. The editing's the actual making of it, I think.
Yeah.
And so
Comping.
Especially for rap.
We're the same way with vocals. It's like we definitely are like, Craig, we need you to like
Pretend you're underwater.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
It's all that. It's all like it feels like acting exercise. Like we get a couple, and then I'm like, all right. So for like bars 7 and 9, like you're being chased by a big beetle, and the beetle kind of looks like your stepdad,
Dude.
but he's got like a beautiful singing voice. And go, and he's like, what the fuck did you just say? Like,
I do that shit to Craig all the time.
That's
I'm always
so
like,
good.
yeah, he's very good in humoring me as I make him do 24
It takes a few
takes.
takes for me to get comfortable with what the fuck he's asking for.
Yeah.
But I've never been like coached, like directed like that. Like I've done plenty of like theater, right? And I've done some student films here and there. I'm used to being directed, but I've never caught. I've been recording music since I was a teenager. I've been recording my raps, but I've never been directed like I'm acting while I'm rapping. And that's
Giving you line
some
readings.
fun shit because I enjoy being directed when I'm acting, and so in
Which
this
is
sense,
why I figured it would work because he had done all of that, and I was like, I'm gonna approach this for like 15 minutes, like we're not doing what we're doing right now.
No, it's like how hard.
and we're just gonna kind of play with some stuff.
it gives me perspective.
How hard can I push, and what's the best I can get out of you? That's the one.
Also, to bring it back, like all the time when my high watermark for what I'm trying to get every vocal performance to be like is Robin Williams doing Prince Ali. Like I'm like, how far can we stretch this? Are there any places in this verse where you can do a voice, you can sing it in and come down? How to make it small, make it big? How do we this constant motion? And it's really like it's stretching stretching everything you can do to express a story.
Sometimes over the stretch of like 2 words.
No,
too.
it's no. We'll sit there. The last song that we track is about. I had him. We printed out 2 copies of all of his verses, and I got like a 64 pack of markers. And motherfucker,
color highlighters.
motherfucker, we.
What did you mean? He gives me. He looks at me like this. What did you mean by this line? What are you trying to convey?
These
here?
3 words. Why did you say this in this order? And he's like, motherfucker. And I'm like, nope. We're gonna sit here, and you're gonna think I'm annoying. I'm sorry. This is annoying. I got a purple marker, and I'm gonna write something with it.
I'm glad you made that. When it comes to exotic man, has he got to do? It's a world class, but like
It's
when it's Holly.
And a lot of times I will be like, why doesn't more music just do that? Just do it.
Because it's uncomfortable and it doesn't sell.
But also, not everyone's Robin Williams.
I mean,
No, that's the high water mark. Like,
100%.
shoot for it.
Shoot it. Yeah, try.
Especially a lot of times, not
We
everybody.
talk
There-
about people earlier like Busta Rhymes and Eminem
go.
and
So
Slick
good
Rick.
They can do that.
And
They can do that.
there's a lot of
Nicki
motherfuckers.
Minaj does that.
Nicki Minaj
Yeah.
does.
Nicki
Minaj
Oh
does.
my gosh,
And
she's
as
the
a
shit.
listener, you make it so much further into the verse, still being impacted by all the words, if they're going all over.
Because
yeah.
then it's like you're doing a story in, like you said, you're trying to be different characters in the same
In a
thing.
story.
You get a visual piece of what's happening, and if there's different perspectives, different voices, fucking back to Dempsey voiceover.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you're doing 3 different characters, right? Shit like that.
Yeah.
Plus, doing so much dynamics too is just like pleasing to people. They don't want to just hear droning like
And which is right. It's
like
mostly
having
what
movement
I'm used to doing.
It's like, oh, this is interesting. I'm hearing what he's saying. I'm moving with this.
You can feel it. It's like a scene in that.
Dynamic pentameter.
That's the thing. That's the thing. I'm delivering kind of like, it's not like I'm reading, but like the thought to like.
But it's also
animate it.
You
the
wrote
way-
the words, so they're already familiar to you. You have to translate that for
course.
other people.
Yeah, and that's what's great about Outside is like, you definitely write music and write choruses or something in your head the way that you want it. And sometimes you need someone outside to be like, hey man, you're saying like Prost, but all I hear is pros. You're not hitting the T. Like you need to hit the T if you're gonna say Prost. Like, and you got to just like leave a little bit
It's
of gap
just
before
making
this
it come
word.
alive, man.
Yeah, and like there's little things that just
Yeah.
like push that up to make it a great song versus like, hey, just do the chorus that you hear in your head, and then you're like, all right, it sounds good.
Well, he colors it because, like, I'm already like in a cipher or a show. Like, even before I was in a band or whatever the case, like, I'm really good at being animated. So he takes that kind of like somebody earlier said, like, to give too much, it's better to give too much and then like trim from there. So like I'm already animated. He put so much color by directing me the way he does. So then it becomes like, let's shoot for Robin Williams. And if it becomes too much, then we have we'll
trickle
dial
down.
it back.
Oh, I'm
Do
big
we
on
get
I'll
other
do 80
takes?
I'm editing it. It's just labor for me.
Right.
Just keep fucking running the shit. Like,
Give me as much as you
I don't
can.
care. Like,
I'll find the
this
good.
is I will do my own punishment. That's fine.
We're not recording on tape.
Yeah, that is the.
I can delete whatever sucks.
Yeah.
That's right.
So let's delete it. If that sucks, we're deleting it. No worries.
So then our tracks on this episode just cut.
Yeah.
Just cut entirely.
They're not even here. I didn't even hit record
Just
on
room noise from us. As a singer, as a vocalist, what's your cornerstones? Who taught you how to sing?
I'm a choir kid.
Okay.
How
You have
early?
a giant voice, so it makes sense.
Yeah, I do. I was a bass when it was just 1s and 2s. I was a 3. And when I was in the 5th grade,
I was in the fifth grade.
for my school's Christmas show, we did "You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch," and I thorough Ravenscroft. I wouldn't touch you with it, but I've got like blow dried blonde hair and little glasses, and I'm 11 pounds.
20 and a half foot pole. But
You're 4'8" doing Johnny Cash.
Exactly, dude. Johnny Cash was the first 8 songs I learned because, especially when Simple, he's the first. He's the only person I could do. I couldn't get into even a tenor until I had like worked on it for a very long time.
Sure.
So I was like Johnny Cash and then The National. Like I'm just gonna stay down here.
dude, I mean, what's better though than like just
Bad
getting
Religion.
what's
Exactly.
easy?
Because that's kind of just talking. We're just talking.
Yeah. He's baritone. He's not quite.
Absolutely.
Interpol.
Playing music that you can play too at that age.
Tom
like,
Waits.
everyone starts somewhere. You're not going to be like fucking shredding when you're just starting, but when you can put together singing and playing at the same time, that's like one of the biggest fucking tools in the world.
Yeah, it absolutely.
As
is.
far-
When did that lock?
The singing and doing.
31.
Yeah. Soon it's coming.
Next week.
I was I think writing on piano when we were like done with the Suzuki method or whatever,
Yeah.
and then I'm sure I was writing songs then.
Sure.
That at a certain point, my mom is a writer and writes poetry and writes short stories.
Dude,
and
if you're
now writes
singing and playing
movies.
piano, that's pretty fucking
yeah, so
complicated.
it was,
You're breaking you're breaking into 3 parts.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's actually on the topic of like the do multiple things at once. If you can get to the point on piano where the two hands don't need each other, we are home fucking free.
Yeah.
Right.
Like to me, that's like it's like the same boss fight that is if you're learning drums and when you get the feet involved right at the beginning, and now you can do independent patterns with the 3. Like
Same fight.
that is such a big. The entire game. Has
Mike
now
Tyson
changed.
punch out, dude. How do you beat him? You gotta do this.
He was the toughest. He
Yeah.
was the
Yeah.
final boss.
Just
Yeah.
learn
Yeah,
it, dude.
man,
But
I
once you
murdered
learn it, you
Soda
gotta.
Popinski. But you get to Mike Tyson. Soda.
He's out.
I never did learn the rhythm. I always
can do it
lost.
blindfolded.
No, that's it. So wait, so first guitar, is that acoustic?
We had both.
I think it was electric though. Your mom got given electric. I think you said.
Yeah, I got given. Yeah, there were acoustics around, but I like what the guitar playing I was interested in.
What was the
electric.
first brand?
I had a terrible knockoff Strat that was just made of wood.
I
off
mean,
a tree
how old are
outside.
you? You better have a fucking knockoff Strat that doesn't mean anything.
So I had
you
one.
can't- I had a 1968 Strat that was made by this guy.
Because of the being left-handed, I've not really played very many guitars.
Sure,
because
yeah.
You don't really get to
Right,
really play that many
that's
guitars.
kind of where I'm at with it.
So when I was maybe 15, my dad, I was bought a Gibson Les Paul Studio.
Fuck yeah.
And that is to this day, that is my guitar. That is the guitar. That is my guitar. That is my guitar.
Dude,
Delicious.
my roommate just got a 2019.
They'll change your life.
Yeah,
They'll change your life.
2019. What is it? The 1950s.
50s reissue.
Yeah, 50 reissue, and it's the blue that like goes into purple with the burl wood.
Nice.
Yeah, dude. Sean just picked that up. I was playing it yesterday. It's fucking beautiful.
Don't they weigh 1,000 pounds?
Dude, they're
Yes,
eight.
yes.
No,
Zero, yeah.
guys, they're 8 fucking pounds. I just said that yesterday.
Yeah, you're a basic.
It's a
Get out
No,
of here.
no, I just looked it up yesterday because I picked it up. I'm like, this is heavy as shit. And he's like, it's 8 pounds. I was like, no, it's not. And I look it up. It's 8 fucking pounds. You know
It's
how much?
heavy.
Do you know how much a Strat weighs? 8 pounds.
Nuh-uh. That's
Fuck
not
you.
True. That's not true.
Fuck you. I'm pulling
Okay.
it up, dude.
But that point
I
one
promise
ounce-
you, I just did this last night.
Point one ounce. All right, get out of here with that.
What I have done, but you play and then you pick up like an SG, and
Yeah,
you're like,
yeah.
this is a toy. Like, what are we even?
What?
And I'm sure it's now because of the use of it. I don't want. It's so funny. Mastodon. I was just talking about Bill, the rhythm guitar player, was talking about his signature models, and he's always like, I want it 2 million pounds. I want your back to snap. Adam Jones from Tool is the same way. He's like, I want it made of carbonite. And because
that's
you
how
got
I
something.
play.
You're
It's
like
fucking heavy, yeah.
And then there is like a certain.
So 8.95 pounds, sorry.
Okay, that's the Les Paul or that's the Strat?
Les
So
Paul.
9.
Okay.
So 9.
Let's see where the Strat comes in.
Please continue.
Okay, so you're like, it reminds your body that it's also
9
a
pounds.
part of it. It's heavier.
Get out of here. It go 8 to 9, so it's 8 to 9.
Oh, so it could be 8.0 to 8.9.
I don't give a shit. That's 1 fucking pound. They're the same fucking weight.
The point is, you want a heavy guitar. I want a heavy guitar.
I don't.
He's also on the team. It's you know what I'm saying. It's a mutual
This
thing.
is
I
my
don't
dick.
dictate.
Yeah.
It dictates.
That's
We're
right.
here. I'm battling.
That's right.
Let's better.
Yeah.
And then it moves with some substance to it.
Are you a Gibson guy?
Yeah.
Okay, Gibson or Fender?
So I don't really have a relationship with like so many guitar like the guitar. You want to get all the things. I don't have a relationship to that.
Okay.
Because a lot of like what I've always wanted my whole life is a Gretsch White Falcon because I saw it when I was 15 and I was like, that's really pretty.
Wow.
Beautiful.
But like a left-handed Gretsch White Falcon, what the fuck are we talking about?
Yeah, $1,900 or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
45.
So the guitar I like is my guitar. I like my guitar. I don't know if I like Tellys because I like my guitar.
What's your backup?
My guitar, like my backup. This is what happens every time. Is because I break strings like a son of a bitch because I just get excited. And so I don't switch to another guitar. I go stall him, and he starts doing Children's Story by Slick Rick, and I am speed restringing my guitar on the side. That's what we do.
No, you're looking at way more than
That's the same
$2,000.
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying.
Do you know how many Paul
$5
Gilbert has
grand
on stage?
for left-hander.
He has like a dozen at least.
I fucking wish. Yeah, no, I have mine.
There's no backup.
You can get a reissue for $900 right now. Just so you know.
I have that on me.
Yeah.
Look at that, dude. Sorry, 614 at Garage Center.
Garage Center.
Garage Center on the way home.
Not any of the ones I call.
Shout out Reverb.com.
Shout out Reverb, dude. They do
Yeah.
they do a hell of a job. What's your amps?
I have a Marshall JCM 900.
That's what the rock and roll sounds like.
Yeah,
That's what rock and roll sounds like.
Yeah.
if you
That's
like
rock and roll.
Yeah.
from the 80s to now,
Yep.
JC.
If don't break it, don't fix it. This is like
I am also to wade into a more annoying territory.
Sure.
I am not a tone guy.
okay.
I am really not.
But I'm a drummer. So.
Well spoken as a Les Paul through a 900 guy. Like,
Yeah,
what do you
just because that's
as
what
you
George
tune your
bought me.
drums.
If George had bought me some other shit, I'd like that shit.
But any other combination isn't
Yeah.
perfect.
And so I will give you that.
You nailed it.
And so I'm like, I don't need to make a lot of variations.
Did you see all the amps I have to deal with? Because
Also,
find
do you
different
have
shit.
a fucking wall of amps like that?
No, I have
So-
the one that I have.
Ju-
and the
ju-
one guitar.
Just
that I
like your
have.
guitar that you have that you love, like I'm sure you could fucking go play the Rocket or something and fucking fall in love with that thing.
Sure. But Slash, done.
We're done.
It's that and that.
But there are many guitar players who the
Van Halen.
Edge style train of thought,
Yeah.
their relationship to the art form is literally there's this sound
Their
in
tone
their
is
brain,
everything.
and they're gonna chase it down to. I am the other side.
Yeah. It's not the
I
gears
care
or-
about music because I care about music theory,
Mm-hmm.
and I care about the scale. I believe the scale degree system is how other people talk about God. Like
Yeah.
all the answers that you need.
I read Berkeley, yeah?
Yeah.
Put that in a T-shirt, dude.
Everything that you need about music, all the good things are in the like the difference between flat six and natural six. Like that's the universe. Dude, I love flat six. And so
is, though.
that's why that's what I like about. Because
that's-
it's being like, oh my God, we're gonna plagal, so we're gonna 4 to the 4. We're gonna step our way down to the.
Spoken like a true piano player.
Yeah, dude, that's.
Natural versus harmonic
speaking my
is the
language.
language
Yeah, you're
of
a
emotion.
fucking
Yeah.
nerd too.
But you're already painting a different picture with melody. Like, it's just that slight difference of modality, and you're like, okay, that's what that feels like.
And the whole time AJ's like, I like words, dude.
Yeah. Exactly. So I'm just gonna cover a whole other side of this pie.
Okay, hang on. Well, then now pause it.
We're coming over to you. Don't
How
worry.
do you feel about vocabulary? Like using a word versus a word? Because
Are you a dude that like? So there's people that will like take a book and like read it to like get the words out of it, and there's people that just like use what is available to them. Like, are you someone that's like constantly studying words and like wanting to put that
Dude,
into
like
your
the
vernacular?
second or third song he ever pitched to the band, like the third word was avoirdupois.
Okay.
And I was like, bitch, what the fuck is that?
I take suggestions. Sometimes Devin was like, "Can you work in the word tumultuous?"
Yeah.
I was like,
And you're like, done.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Do you
there's
like
also
challenges like that where it's
"Yeah,
just
it's
like
fun.
yeah.
Absolutely."
Can you throw this in there? Yeah, that's
the
fun.
same sense of dumbing things down though is also something that's probably big for you too. It's like you can't use crazy words if you want people to understand what the fuck you're saying.
Wait,
that's
you
not
just
true
have
at all.
to.
Get the
The
fuck
big
outta
words
here.
are punctuations. It's not the entire
Yeah,
thing.
that's-
It's punctuations,
But if
right?
you-
you use them like seasoning.
If your
it's not.
chorus is tumultuous,
No,
tumultuous.
If I write the choruses, I'm dumb as a sack of bricks. I know like 7 words. So we're totally fine.
Yeah.
metal choruses, Macedon is just like one.
I love you.
Satan is my master.
Dude. Yeah. I feel like my
Dude, AC/DC is one-liners.
Yeah.
Chorus just repeats
I only
itself
say that because
over
I
and
feel like
over
my
again.
favorite like hip hop songs are ones that like the chorus I can get into and the verse is just deep. So where like you use all those fucking giant words to like tie everything together, and then you hit me with like a great fucking chorus.
But then back into storytelling, like fucking sure Garth Brooks, whatever. But like
Where's
Willie
the bodies
Nelson, Bob
at?
Dylan, KRS-One,
Neil Young.
all these people that have words with very much purpose, like so much purpose. So how often do you find yourself I don't know. Do you rewrite, or is it just free thought, and then you take bits and like greatest hits, if you will?
Mixtures? It's all that shit.
Yeah,
it's
totally.
It's literally all that shit.
Is it just
constant scribbling?
It is mostly that.
Yeah.
It is mostly journaling.
You probably catch your lightning in a bottle and then you build around. No?
I mean, sometimes.
No?
Sometimes that's what it is. That's how Sudafed, you know, like, sometimes ideas is just kind of like, that's fun to say. I'm going to make a fucking chorus out of that or a verse out of that.
Or you think about something and like with something that happens to you and you're like, you just spit out something like right off the bat, you're like, this is it. Like, I don't even need to fucking write it.
Especially with the last couple songs that we've been writing as a band, he's been very patient with me. I've been on kind of like a tear where instead of how we've been doing it normally,
someone's putting on a producer hat.
We'll get an idea, and I'll be like,
take
I need you to
it
not
off.
write anything. And then I will present like a 3 to 5 page Word document, and the last one, I have drawings of characters, and I'm like Act 1, Act 2.
He
and
wrote me a treatment.
He
wrote me a
That's how we've done
treatment.
the last couple.
And
Is
been
I
like,
present him a treatment on like themes and plots and how I see this arc. And sometimes it's literally like Act 1, Act 2, sort of like a movie. We've got a couple like that. We've got a song that we're working on that is when America invades Mexico to make it California, but if Mexico won. And so
Sure.
if Mexico won, no, it's just fuck white people. It's anything.
No one cares about the whites anymore.
Nor should they.
Just covering on bases.
And so I was
Is there allegedly in there?
Yeah. We're like, what if we're like the band in the saloon and we're playing, and then they break in and they kill some of us and they kidnap you, and then like second verse, you're on the back of a horse and you're hearing them talk about the thing, and then you like break out, and then you rush back to town and you warn us, and then we all get ready. They come in and we're fucking them up, and now it's and he's like, okay, heard, and then he kind of takes that story and carries on.
I'll take that.
He says 2 words, you said fucking 42 pages.
That's most of our relationship.
Okay, heard.
Yeah, he just tells me what the fuck he wants, because he's of the two of us, I'm very passive and he's super particular.
Are
and
you
this
kidding?
works very
I
well.
never guessed that.
Never would have guessed.
No way.
That's why it works
As you
so
patiently
goddamn
find your
well.
space everywhere.
Yeah. But
So
again,
I'm
it's
just kind of like, I'm always up for the challenge.
It's
It's
a
why.
symbiotic energy. Like, you can give him this challenge and he's gonna handle it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I try as often as I can to be like, here's what I got. Take this and then fucking tear off. You want to break in a bunch of new characters. You want to do a whole thing. You want to tear off.
Yeah.
Because this like stuff that you guys I assume maybe feel like the same way. Stuff that I write just by myself is infinitely worse than stuff that I write where
Oh, are you kidding me?
My favorite part of every song we've ever put out, someone else came up with.
Oliver loves his own music more.
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome.
I like my own music.
My music's not as good as Oliver's.
Oh,
So I have I wouldn't through if I were Oliver.
I'm the same way. I just come. I'm like, this is an idea. I'm not married to this at all. But if this springs a new
That's
idea,
where it
That's
is.
kind of
This
how
is what
it
I
is.
want.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how the free writing.
yeah, maybe this
starts.
sucks,
Yeah.
but maybe because I said something.
Yeah, when
it's
it's the three
something.
of us, it's pure
Dude,
spitballing.
For Craig the same way. Like when we're doing lyrics together, I just sit there with him and I just write over and over and over again a line, just like different ways, line, different ways, different, and then they're just like, does this help anything? And he's like, oh, this kind of helps this. He's like, what about this? I'm like, sweet, let's go. Like,
So back
erase all
to it,
this.
right? Like, it was used to be like, even before you just working with him for decades.
Craig and I
now,
have been together
like,
for 20 something years.
It's like full songs already, right? And then it's put together just with a band. Like, do your part. As we started working with producers and stuff, and they're like, "Yeah, it seems like you have a full song. How about you give me just bits and pieces?" Then we started this relationship of
Just try shit. Yeah.
just little bits, and
Yeah.
let's build it from there. Because otherwise, what are we?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we go to the
like,
we go
what
to the
are we
desert
doing?
and we'll just for like 2 nights we'll write like 30 songs. But the songs are riffs. So like what do you got on your notepad? And you just like listen to voice memos. You're like, I think this is a fucking riff. And then like we just sit around like is it,
Yeah, man.
we just
Yeah.
all right, what would a chorus be? Like this sounds like a verse, do a chorus, this sounds like a chorus, do a verse, and then we just record a little bit and then we just choose what we want.
I know
And
we're
then
on the
make
next
more.
dozen, but guys, can we get through that already? Because
Oh, you ready to work on our
Always.
pop album before we do our country album?
yeah,
That's where we're going. We're just gonna go everywhere.
I'm ready.
We got a studio, so it sounds great.
I'm ready.
When we got in like sort of our current iteration with the drummer that we have now, me and Chief and then our keyboard player We sat in the living room and we were like, we collected all the ideas that we had sitting around. We were like, I think this is good enough that it could potentially become a full song. And we played every single one, and we bought a whiteboard, and we all rated them like we were judges on American Idol.
Hell yeah.
And then we sat there and just fucking and be like, sorry, 21. We said 24. It's got to be 24 to be good enough.
Yeah.
Axe.
Dude.
Same
And they're like,
system.
but I think it's good. And I'm like, you
that's
need to
literally what
rewrite
we
it
do.
then, because I don't like it enough for us to all do it.
Dude,
That's it.
we
literally
take
what we do.
our
No,
songs.
same system.
We all
Point
vote,
system.
we vote on them. What's the top 11 you like? So
Yeah.
here's 30. What's the top 11? And then whatever crosses over instantly makes it. And then the other ones are like,
Just sort it.
But
Yeah.
if we have ones that we vote for and another person didn't vote for it, it's like, do you like this song? And then we like end up listening again. We're like, I'm done with doing this song,
Yeah.
and we end up pulling it in. But the ones that don't make it, they're gone forever. We have never
Sometimes they're
revisited.
They are
We've
really
never
gone
revisited an
forever.
old idea that we did not vote on.
Huh.
We have like
fucking
100
many.
and something songs that are just
So then wait
gone.
for the anthology, because everything that was kicked out, I want to still put out. You know?
And I'm
No.
buying a stairway to
No,
hell.
I've told you guys many times. There's always more. There's always more. It's fine. It's fine. There's always more.
We've had songs be birthed out of, like, for instance, for Seaplanes, when it was everyone come back with, like, 2 or 3 riffs, you know,
Cool.
for the next meeting. We're
Yeah.
all going to, like, go to the dressing room and try
Figure
out all
something out.
these
Make something out of
all
nothing.
these bridges, you know. So we each, like, tried a few bridges, and
You
one
guys
of
write
them,
bridges?
Bridge is where we get good. Our songs don't get good until you're past the
until
second
the
chorus.
bridge.
We've never
exactly.
written a
We're
bridge
predictable
ever.
like
Oh, that's
that.
so funny.
We always
on
write it when
purpose.
we're writing
we
the
write,
song.
yeah. No, well, no, we don't write the bridge until we're recording it. That's generally.
But sometimes it'd be like we have a
Allegedly.
song that was
yeah.
it was that needs to be its own song.
Sure.
For
Sure.
instance, and then that's how that song took
Too
shape.
tasty. Let's
Yeah,
make it its own
exactly.
thing.
Yeah.
Or
Give
it
it its
can
due.
be in parallel. Like, you don't want a bridge that sounds just like the fucking song. Like, how is that the bridge?
It's just a breakdown. You just
Yeah.
do the
Yeah, yeah.
chorus.
Yeah,
a little
It's just
lower
the
and
chorus
build
with the
up
palm
into that.
muting
Yeah.
instead.
Yeah,
of,
and that's boring as fuck.
But then the last chorus goes 3 times. Shout out country.
Yeah, we go a little bit harder.
Yeah. It
Okay.
goes halftime in the last.
All
chorus.
right. Ready? First concert.
Oh, the Beach Boys.
Fuck, that's my first one.
No shit,
Really?
man.
Well, how old? Where?
Wild.
I was 16, and it was at the Ventura County Fair.
I saw it at the Michigan State Fair.
Might have been the same.
I was like
year.
9.
Blew your
fucking
face
I'm way
off.
older than
Yeah,
him.
absolutely. And they played California Dreamin'. I felt like I was floating.
Jesus.
So good. Like, not underrated
Brian
in a
Wilson.
sense, but just
The
like,
Beach Boys.
yeah, just
I think you can argue underrated.
yeah,
on
just
the
not
Beach Boys.
appreciated now.
Yeah.
That's
These
what it
days,
is.
sure, yeah.
It's like these days people don't even care about them, but they probably don't even know them because it's just
Can I
gone.
get inappropriately dark?
Yeah,
course.
exactly.
Hey,
You know
yeah.
what will fix that problem? When Brian Wilson dies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing that wakes us up to an artist more than feeling like they died prematurely, and we must
Yeah.
now absolve
Even
ourselves
though
of
he's
our
plenty
own guilt
old,
by
yeah.
being like, they were always a genius. You didn't even know them 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Can Bare Naked Ladies still play their song?
What?
What?
What do you mean?
Lying in bed is like Brian Wilson did.
It's been.
Oh yeah.
That's our song, like, right?
Brian
Lying-
Wilson did.
Oh, it's not dead?
Oh, they had a dream where he was 300 pounds.
Well, you know, the song would be better if it was Brian Wilson dead. That's what I thought it was until right now, and I want to keep it that way.
Brian is dead. Brian is
is
it's
dead.
It's a Beatles.
You know, Beach Boys was my first concert, like concert,
Yeah.
right? It was huge. But my first live performance ever, very small venue, but it was Tech 9. I was 15.
There you go.
Is it 151?
I
That's
know-
the best time to be impacted by Tech 9.
I might have been like may have been 14, but I was like 14 or 15, and I saw him because he opened for Cottonmouth Kings.
Dude,
Of all people.
face.
Oh,
Jesus.
Talk about-
straight
people.
off.
talk about Midwest as fuck, dude. ICP and Cottonmouth Kings. Everyone's
God.
fucking
Because I love
juggalos
my
here.
white ass cousin who loved Cottonmouth Kings, and
Boy.
man,
Oh yeah,
and
it's
who
the
should
sound of the
open
speakers
for him?
going. Something
I
in
never
my
heard
trunk.
of Tech 9 in my life, but then that I was 14, and I didn't
my
get
God.
super into him until I was like 19, and now I listen to him almost on the regular Tech 9.
Yeah, Caribou
Amazing.
Lou,
I've
dude.
seen him.
Caribou is so good.
I've seen him 3 times now.
Great.
Like, yeah, but like that was my first ever like
underrated
live show.
too.
It wasn't a
Massively
concert, but it was a show,
Show,
and it was
yeah,
my first one.
100%.
So
That
Tech
counts.
9.
Definitely
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Tech
Oh, I
Nine.
love
Donovan,
it.
what's your first show?
Paul McCartney.
Nice.
I saw Paul McCartney on the tour.
What
that-
the fuck?
Right, I know. I know. It's a strong too. I saw. Him
I
on
saw the Beatles.
Tour where George Harrison had just died.
She was
He
really
like came
sick.
out and did "My Guitar Gently Weeps" on a
Yeah.
ukulele.
Yeah.
Was
yeah.
that the Back in the U.S. tour? It's fine, no, but
yeah.
yeah.
How old were you?
I don't know, probably like 9.
All right.
This is a song that George bought me. This is Blackbird. It's the same guitar. You know, and he does that too.
This is a song that John chipped in.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
9.
Awesome.
That's great. Okay, well, then what was the first, like, your show?
Yeah.
Because you were taken to that, obviously. You're not like 9, like, I gotta go see Paul.
Oh, you mean like
Let me get my car.
For your show. Yeah.
Fuck. It was either I can't remember. I think it was the White Stripes. I think I went to
That or Seether, right?
actually no.
Ohio.
You know what it was? So Dad's in radio, right? So there's like a hookup on tickets and whatnot.
Yeah,
So there was like a wave of country shows that I got to go where I was excited, but it was like Willie Nelson really early and Dwight Yoakam really early and stuff like that. But then when I was I think like a 7th or 8th grader, my mom who introduced me to Nine Inch Nails and Mastodon and stuff like that.
If I can sidebar before I forget,
Yes.
What's your country artist that gets you the best?
It really might be Toby Keith.
Great.
Great
catalog.
His best songs are so good.
Storyteller, and talk about the voice.
It's so good.
Deep bass voice.
Did you see the last concert he did?
No.
Don't do it.
No, but I've
He
seen some of the last
looks
photos.
Yeah,
and I
he
know
looks
what's up.
awful
Yeah.
and like. Yeah, it made me sad. I was like, we all knew he was going out.
Loved him, but then also on the other side, Dixie Chicks, loved him the whole time.
Incredible.
Sorry, now the Chicks. Yes, when I was seeing them in 2001, it was still the Dixie Chicks.
When they transitioned.
But then my mother took me to see. It was 9 Inch Nails on the with Teeth tour, but openers were Peaches and Bauhaus.
Nice.
Bauhaus, dude.
Dude, straight up.
Peaches.
Yes, Peaches. First of all, I'm watching her do like father fucker,
Yeah,
and
fuck the pain
I'm like,
away, yeah.
my mom's right here.
My dick's hard.
It was, I think, in like 6th grade.
Nice.
Like this, eyes open like the end of Clockwork Orange, just downloading all the information. And then you see Bauhaus. Can't unsee. And then seeing Bauhaus when they're like 55 and fat, but still shirtless in the fishnet. Dude. Awesome. And then
They're like the best goth band
Ever.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. They are the they are the goth band, and then everyone else. Yeah, dude.
We used to run Bela Lugosi's.
Oh yeah, we did with rap in it. That's how off the beat fat
they
we
would
go.
just
We did
play that
yeah.
shit.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of my favorite country
rehearsals.
artists. Brooks and Dunn?
Brooks and Dude.
Oh, man.
Brooks and Dunn.
My first concert was Garth Brooks, so I'm so
Okay, cool.
fucking biased.
Where are the
That's a great
bodies,
one.
Garth?
Where are the
Where are the
bodies? But
bodies?
like that'll change.
He's got a tour where a bunch of people died, and his tour is where all the bodies are found.
It's just.
No, sorry. We need a legend, right?
It's just allegedly.
Allegedly.
It's just
All of us privileged going
I
on.
buried the body.
Yeah, he kills people.
The first car accident I got into in California was because I wasn't paying attention because I was trying to put on the Thunder Rolls.
Oh my
Garth
God.
Brooks,
That's
and
the-
then I rear-ended a car in traffic.
You guys are saying it wrong. It's Garth Brooks, and Thunder Rolls is definitely the best song.
Oh man, yeah.
And the lightning strikes. Bam, bam, bam.
God.
So much dynamic.
Oh God, talk about storytelling. He doesn't give you a word you don't need.
Yeah.
He just lets you off on the end, and you're like,
It's a good
I
sentence.
think he cheated on that girl.
Per capita, right?
That-
my
that is a good
God.
sentence,
It's
dude.
so
Yeah.
well written.
And that song is so dynamic, musical, metal in its own way. She fucking kills him,
It's
right?
so good.
Stupid bitch.
Yeah,
song is so
fucking
good.
Garth.
Shouldn't you?
Fucking Garth. Why'd you have to kill those people, dude?
Allegedly.
Okay, now I have some wrap-up questions, right? Because we're just at our sweet spot on how long it goes, right? So at least one.
No, wait. First record you bought with your own money.
Oh, yeah, we got to get that out.
Yeah.
Sorry, Craig.
Yeah.
Oliver is
I was
Craig.
in the albums mode,
Yeah,
so
It was 2.
Okay.
At once, I bought the NWA Legacy Volume 1.
Okay.
And the Return to the 36 Chambers, which is Wu-Tang's live
Yeah.
album San Bernardino.
The logo.
Yeah, I bought both of those as like my first like
I have that
neat
on my
purchases.
computer for sure.
Yeah.
talk about a blueprint, right?
Yeah.
Both sides.
Exactly.
Very
Both
nice.
of which are essentially compilation tapes because they're not. Neither are albums.
Yeah.
The NWA Legacy Volume 1 is a compilation of
the good shit.
NWA,
Yeah,
Dr.
yeah.
Dre, Ice Cube, and Easy, what they went on to do and who they influenced and shit.
And
like
then one
that.
of the best hip-hop records.
And then one of the
live.
best live
Dude,
albums
live.
ever in hip hop.
We
ever.
forgot about Easy. Fuck.
Yeah, man. So
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
2 were
Yikes.
the first I bought with my own.
So you can't even shake those to this day. There's no way.
No,
Like it's just
they're
it's
part of me
everything.
now. personality.
Yeah, totally.
Hell yeah.
God, I
There's
love
such
it.
a big reason of why I rap.
Yeah,
I
has
do,
to be.
I will say too, like, dude, those live albums are great. Almost better than like the fucking.
Some of them for
recorded.
sure.
Some of them,
The
yeah.
Erykah Badu
Dude,
live
yeah.
album is
Oh my
the
God.
best. The best.
My mom
Yeah.
is such an Erykah Badu lady. I listen to all those. But yeah,
Man.
I was gonna say
But-
Pearl Jam just printed too many of that tour. That's all I'm saying. That's all. That's all I'm saying. I love
yeah,
Pearl Jam.
and Pearl Jam.
Pearl Jam. I
they're
love
like-
them. They're incredible.
Yeah,
but
they're-
you only needed one of that tour.
And they-
did every city.
They sound like
Did every city.
they
I bought
sound
the
pretty
Detroit
close to
one.
the songs. And what's nice about like a lot of those live hip hop albums is like there's a lot of like different breathing room and space and different people taking things at different times or something.
Mm-hmm.
Where like that's what makes me love that is like it's more of a flow versus like this is our song. And
Hey.
Pearl Jam is very like listen to me play this song.
Real quick, shout out to Connor. Shout out to Nuclearia. He's a friend of mine in a
Yeah.
band called Nuclearia. His name is Connor, and he loves Pearl Jam so much he
Pearl
has
Jam.
a fucking tattoo of their logo.
Fuck yeah, dude.
dude.
So
Doc-
shout out to
Connor.
Connor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
One of our good buddies, same thing. The
Yeah.
Tales from the U.
I love Pearl Jam.
The guitarist used to come in and always rent from us.
Like recruiting.
Or it was one of his buddies. He used to always come and rent from us, and he told our buddy that he
It's
was,
a
he was
happy
going to bring
ending,
him in, and then I'm literally like there, and all of a sudden like fucking
Mike
he
McCready?
comes
Yeah.
in with this guy, and I'm like, that's a fucking guitarist, and then literally it was like,
McCready.
and then literally they go in the back, and I'm like, dude, Dotson.
He's just
Pearl
gonna-
Jam is his favorite fucking band. He lives and dies by it. He talks about like the depth of each fucking word in every lyric of every song. And like now he's sitting in his office right now, like living his best fucking life because he got to meet this fucking
Shout
guy.
out to Chris Dotson booking
Yeah.
our
He is our booking
He's our
agent.
booking agent.
Hey.
Thank you.
Sense.
Allegedly.
Exactly. Before I
Well
get to
done.
first record about with your money, I just have to ready. Best guitarist.
Oh.
Best?
Yeah.
Yeah.
BB King.
Okay.
Okay.
Favorite?
Jack White.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's the reason you
Yeah,
play.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on his fucking
First record with your own money.
Elvis Costello's When I Was Cruel.
Fuck.
Oh.
Crazy.
Top to bottom, still top 5 records of all time.
Yeah.
Fuck.
dude.
One of my favorite
Yes.
bass lines is
Oh my
fucking Pump It
God.
Up, dude.
Yeah.
15 pedals.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
The better of the
Elvis
Elvis,
Costello.
shoot me.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
way
no,
better.
good
Elvis.
take. Strong take.
I
Yeah.
know, but I know why the other one's
No, no.
important. It's
Yeah,
fine.
sure. I'm
with
but
you.
some schmuck
Dude,
had
the
to
other
do
one died on
that.
a toilet eating
That's
PB&J's,
fine. But there's no
dude.
other
Get outta here.
Costello. Yeah. Yeah. Talk about a range.
Lou would have something to
Yeah.
say.
Put that on a t-shirt, Rick.
There's
Okay.
no other Costello.
And that's the record, right? Is this CDs? Is this
Yeah.
CDs.
Yeah.
from a
Yeah,
CD
yeah.
store?
Yeah, Magnolia Thunder Pussy on
Absolutely,
High Street.
absolutely.
Magnolia on
Uh,
High
Straight up,
Street.
dude. Yeah, dude. You know.
Shout out Columbus. Fuck you guys. All right.
Did you,
Shout out, I love you guys.
Craig? What was ours? FYE or?
We had a bunch. Media Play,
Did you
Sam
have,
Goody.
Did you have FYEs in
We
Ohio?
have FYFs
no.
here.
Oh, Ohio. Fuck that place.
Okay, so at least give me. It's just one. It's perfect records. Just one. Just
Yeah.
no
Any-
skips. No
Yeah.
skips.
My latest
No wrong
one, just so you know, Jimmy World Clarity. I just listened to it today.
Could be what you're on
Okay.
right now. Could be a go like a state. How about this for mixing? For mixing, editing, mixing,
there you
producing
go.
records. I will still reference OK Computer on so many different
Yeah.
sonics, and I'll try and like get there about something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And there's no wrong answer to it. It's your
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah, just one perfect,
Perfect
record.
record.
I have a few.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. There's
Yeah,
dozens.
yeah.
It isn't my main.
Highway to
so-
Hell and Back in Black.
just name-
all day.
name some.
Like,
Yeah.
AC's is my favorite. So
Sticky
that's
Fingers, Rolling Stones.
that. Sure.
My impulse response is my beautiful dark twisted fantasy.
Boom.
Oh,
My
Dude.
beautiful dark twisted fantasy.
It is a fucking
That's a
amazing
banger.
album.
It's the last good Kanye.
It is. It is
It's the last good.
one.
It's the last good.
Power's nuts.
I don't think we have enough time for me to argue with you.
Yeah. Okay.
I know, but I
Yeezus
I mean-
is my favorite
okay.
because
Get
Yeezus
outta
is a
here.
9 Inch Nails album.
I come from a religious background. I fucking hate anything that has to do with that shit. Get out of here. Jesus.
everyone's wrong. It's 808s. It's fine.
I just,
Don't worry about it.
It's
Don't
not bad
worry
either.
about it. No, it's fine. It's also
not.
Dark
I
Side
like
of the
it.
Moon, so
Yeah.
it's fine. Everyone, you're good.
Wait,
it's okay to be
Kanye
wrong.
did Dark Side of the Moon?
No, but
Kanye's Dark Side of the Moon.
it's Van Halen one. It's Led Zeppelin one because of all the reasons, you know.
Oh, I don't know. 1984 might be better.
Oh my goodness!
Zepp.
Although Van
Zepp.
Halen
You're a
one's
jump man.
Yeah, Zepp.
Get
one
out
is
of your
probably-
own
Oh,
house.
hot for teacher,
Yeah.
motherfucker. All right. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
good. And it's probably the best drumming that was on any
Ever.
Van Halen song.
Ever.
After death.
Perfect record, Donovan.
Just one, only one.
Yeah.
I've been trying to come up with a cooler answer. I've been
That's all
like
good.
digging.
Whatever.
No,
Yeah.
But
there's
my
no
actual
cool.
answer is the White Stripes Elephant.
Okay.
Yeah, dude.
That's fine,
It
dude.
is a perfect
It's
record.
perfect.
Yeah.
It's
some of the music videos from there are so like creative and awesome for the way that they did their music videos. Like we watched them when we're doing ours.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, they're definitely
that album is
Storytelling,
great.
dynamic, raw power. It fits all.
It just
the-
has horrible drums in
fits
it.
it all.
Fuck you, Meg.
Just like Ringo from Beatles.
Jesus Christ.
There was also there was a stretch of time, I think, like White Blood Cells, Elephant, Blue Orchid, where Jack White was a really underappreciated dope lyricist.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
it's hard to look you in the face while we are talking, so it helps to have a mirror in the room. Like you just lit them on fire. That is one of the holy shit.
Yeah.
You said something earlier like pretentious and something.
Yeah.
That's what Jack White is.
No, he's not.
Oh, he's a Dylan and Beatles aficionado.
No, that's what
He's a-
that's his persona
Yeah.
is that to me.
Is pretentious.
Yeah, like I
It's
am a
only-
White Stripes fan, but like
It's only
if I
after
was
the
gonna
arc.
if I was gonna go sit in a bar and
Yeah, I know. You
I
guys,
know.
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
what
they're
the
the Detroiters.
fucking-
They just hate him.
it's fine.
sorry, if I was gonna approach
Lacerated
someone
him.
in a bar, I would not approach Jack White.
That's fine.
That's,
I would.
that's a
That's
strong.
super
I'm-
valid.
That's what I'm
like,
saying.
He's a
Absolutely.
dick, I'm gonna cry until
Yeah.
for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
But no.
But
he-
Conan O'Brien loves him, so everyone.
Who is that?
He's also he's also one of the founders of Tidal, so that's
Is he?
good.
Oh, yeah,
Title-
with Jay-Z. Yeah.
And yeah, it's fine.
MC5 all day.
That's a perfect
I
album.
think so. I think so. if I have
it's
to
definitely a
pick one.
good album.
So
yeah.
then, to
Yeah.
to turn the heat up on the question, it's a deserted island. You're not tortured with music, but when you want music, this is the only thing you have.
Last album for the rest of your life.
Oh, this makes us happy.
one
This is
album.
the
Yeah,
one thing
and-
that we
yeah.
would-
Well, it's the only
it's
thing you get.
Deserted
Okay.
Island. It's not desert island. So
Yeah,
like you're
desert.
in paradise.
Well, deserts aren't island. That's just the thing.
Yeah.
But I only have one album to listen
yeah.
to.
So when
the
you
rest
want to
of
listen to
ever.
music, you
Yes.
gotta turn
Yes.
something
Alright.
on.
Yes. Yes.
One album.
This is all you get to listen to,
Yeah.
and it can be greatest hits.
Greatest hits are
Sure.
allowed.
Oh,
a compilation,
sure.
a
No, no,
soundtrack.
yeah, no, sure.
But
Sure,
it can't.
sure.
It can't be like the whole catalog.
No.
Nah.
You don't have to
Greatest
put
hits
rules
are allowed.
because someone just blurted out. It was like Eagles' greatest hits or something. I was like, yeah, that's like one of the best selling records of all time. So
Yeah.
it could be, but
Yeah,
it doesn't
yeah.
have to be.
I know exactly.
I'm putting rules on not catalogs.
What is Meatloaf's Bat Out of Hell?
All right, dude.
I like
All
that.
right.
Steinman.
That's a new one. That's a new one.
That is a new one, and I
Without a
like
shadow
that
of a doubt.
answer.
I don't need anything that
Damn.
doesn't tell me.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's a really good answer.
Storytelling.
I mean, yeah.
punk rock.
Everything about
dynamic.
the arrangement is about enhancing the story. No rules are off limits if you can land it and if it will really bring. And the like
Rock opera.
I really have irony. I really don't like irony. Really bothers me. Irony is very close to cowardice. Like just own the thing. Don't hide behind.
Yeah.
Meatloaf's got none of that.
No.
Meatloaf is
Zero.
I'm here. I'm sweating. You can have it.
Zero irony.
Oh, give it to me.
I mean, you love James. You love James Brown. There's no
no
facade on
irony.
James
We
Brown.
earned that shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
I did all the
you're in my
cocaine. I'm
shoes. And
sweating.
you're like the chord. I didn't mean it either. Fuck you.
That's why it's meatloaf and not meat fat. You know what I mean? Like it's full, all the meat.
my shit, man.
All the
Well,
meat.
Craig, maybe it should have been meat fat. You know.
Allegedly.
I would do
2, 3, 4.
everything for love.
But I won't do that. And that's
I
diet.
will, but I will do that.
I don't want to diet.
That's great. Okay.
What you got, AJ?
Well, my nominees are
Nope.
probably.
You need one.
No. We can narrow it. We can help narrow it
They had
down.
nothing to do with nominees.
We can
No
help you narrow it
nominees.
down.
No. Number
it's
one.
the only one.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
You get no.
I was gonna say we could help him
It
narrow
hurts.
it down.
I know it hurts. It's,
All right, Albert,
it's
we'll let-
drowning
we'll let
children.
him
I
in.
know.
Yeah.
It's looking a puppy in the face and watching it just life leave its eyes. I know.
And it's all right, dude. This
It's
is
what you
happening.
listen to while you sleep.
Yeah.
You're alone, AJ.
Yeah. And you're all alone.
Yeah.
Oh, me.
You had to kill that dog, or else you're not gonna live. You're hungry.
Yeah. This is for all your fallen albums. Yeah.
I just what I hear is
The last one.
what I hear is this. I would do anything for love.
You're channeling Chino right now. The horror.
Fuck, man.
Yeah.
Devil's Night D12.
Oh, okay. That's another new one,
That is a good one.
That's a stunning take.
Yeah. I
dude.
like that a lot.
I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
Some of those D12 albums are fucking awesome.
Dude.
Through and
Both
through.
of them are fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, but then a
Yeah.
cast of characters, highs,
Dude,
they're
lows.
so
That all
good.
split off to be
Yeah.
awesome people as well. Yeah.
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 Yeah, no, they're sincerely. Here's the thing, because I had always.
Blue and yellow, purple pills, dude.
Fucking A. I'd always liked Eminem. I'd always
good
liked
song.
Eminem, but
We'll
when I
listen to that on the
discovered
way back.
D12,
Amen.
I was like, there are more of them? There are more of them? It's just like a bunch. And they all had alter egos too. And like the shit they're talking about, again, it was like you're listening in on conversations that they're having amongst themselves. When you listen to the Beastie Boys, because I almost said,
Dude,
Jesus.
Beast,
Is
they're
your
a lot of good
license?
choices.
they're also
Yeah.
a great fucking choice
What?
to do though.
What's the best Beastie?
Ill communication.
Yeah.
No. Wait, well, I
Well-
almost said ill communication for the island answer, but the
Okay.
one I listen to the most is Hot
Hot
Sauce Committee
Committee.
Part
I
2.
know that's your take.
That's
is
the
Hot Sauce
one I
Committee.
listen to the most.
Yeah, I'm still the one.
Yeah.
Did you watch any of that? So I know, whatever. The ciphers they did with Eminem and all them in Detroit. Did you watch any of those YouTube
Oh my
videos?
god, we watch those
Oh,
all
yeah,
the
so-
time.
Sometimes we
they
just
are
put
so
them shits
fucking sick.
on-
We're just like watching some people just like in the moment,
Just
let it go, and
Just
you're just like,
enjoy it.
dude.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, obviously but the other guys are so fucking
Everyone,
good, dude.
everyone.
To the point where I'm just like, I didn't know who this guy was, and then I'm just like,
Yeah.
listening to his music because I listened to
Everyone.
him like rap without anything.
Oh, isn't
Yeah.
that still right in line
Dude.
with NWA, with Wu-Tang? You have so many different perspectives, stories, styles all coming at
all
you.
the different
like
kinds
in the
of
same
characters
song
coming at
too.
you. And the reason I like, and there was my example, Beastie Boys, it's very clear they are talking to you, the listener, right?
Right.
With D12, it felt like you were hanging out with them when you were listening
Right.
because it felt like you were listening in on other conversations happening in the room.
You're at a house
And-
party with
yeah,
them.
it sounded like a house
You're just
party.
fucking, everyone's
And
just
some of
bouncing,
the-
and like you're in the kitchen,
yeah,
in the living room.
yeah, that's how it
You're
felt.
fucking someone.
But the tone of all of it is different, right? It's,
It's
not
definitely
like it's one song over and over again, but like all the conversations you're listening to are each unique in their own ways, and like within the verses, they're going back and forth talking to each.
Like you can't help but
Like
keep
you're just
listening.
like, oh my god! I
Dude.
feel like the D12 was it was listening to Devil's Night that made me be like, yo, I could do that. I bet, like, because
There
it
you
was the
go.
first time I listened to music where I imagined people in a recording studio,
Got it.
and that's
Yeah.
when it became theater to me.
There
They-
you go.
I can do
They
that
are very
shit.
theatric too, because everyone sounds different. So like
That's the
that's the
thing,
best part. Is like
yeah.
you
All
got
different
you got
styles.
a jolly fucking guy. You got a dude that's like really straight on. You got a
Yeah, you
like,
got the cool
Yeah,
one.
so like you have like these like little
The angry
niches
one.
that are in every the angry one. Dude,
Okay, I
fuck
just
me.
have.
Sorry.
We're so. I know.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm done.
We're over time. I know you have a long drive, so I just have
Yeah.
like two interesting questions about like reach out. You know, like what do you
So
find?
is it blue and yellow, purple?
No. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, yada yada yada. What would you tell people to do?
Do not listen to our advice.
What would you do?
We have no idea.
Okay, but
We are terrified. We are old men shaking at the brink of a new era.
Sure.
Like we have. I mean, maybe you have a more
think we all
diplomatic
are.
answer. I
No.
have no fucking concept.
that's the
Neither
good,
do we.
It is just God. It just seems like people who don't know giving
I
advice to
think
people.
I think
who
that's
don't
the
know
most
running in
honest
a
way to do
circle.
it because no one does.
Yeah, there is no answer.
There is
No
answer.
advice is fine advice.
Maybe if I can approach it, don't do shit that you don't like just because someone else told you it's the thing.
That's-
Don't chase
that's
the thing
That's
you're
just life
told is the
advice.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just do the thing that you like, that you think learn about what they're doing, try to do it nicely, but like let it stay with you. And if
Yeah,
you
you have to like it
actually do a
first.
good job, find a way to actually do a good job.
Yep.
And if you really do and tough it out, there's a decent chance that somebody will be like, that motherfucker does a pretty good job.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
there's
That's
That's
a
the
that's a
only
Rick
answer.
Rubin producer
original
hat, like-
thought
Yeah.
is like the best way because no matter if you're doing something that's hot or in parallel with what is selling right now, if you do something that you really think
That's the
like
only thing
works,
that works.
then other people are going to connect with what you
Yeah,
think
yeah.
That's
works.
the only way you won't burn out.
Yes.
Like-
the only thing that's sustainable.
What do you mean?
Passman has said, universalism is the key to mass appeal.
It is.
Yeah.
Just put it out.
Dude, the best songs, are
What
the most
you're
honest
feeling,
songs.
what you're feeling is what someone's feeling.
Dude,
Yeah.
the most
Yeah.
honest shit out there is the best stuff out there.
Yep.
If you
Be
fake
honest.
All day.
Yeah.
Yeah, all day. And then, what are you working on right now?
Well, we haven't put out a song in a long time.
No,
'cause
is
we
it
work on
shows?
a
Is it
live-
videos? Is it material?
Well, we've got it. We end the show with this song that's taken us like a year to write
Yes.
called "What's on the News."
Okay.
And it's like recorded and it's mixed and the whole thing, and we just haven't put it out because we don't know, probably because I'm scared. Because like
Send it to
we
us.
haven't-
We'll put it out for you.
The goal originally
We'll
was to
leak it.
put it out in tandem with the music video, but there have been delays as far as filming and set
boy.
locations and stuff. So
That's fine, but I would say never. Don't be afraid to release something because it's only going to delay
Get
you
it
more.
out.
Yeah, yeah.
Working
Just put
on
it
something over and over and over and over again
Get
is
it
just making
out.
it
the
worse.
song is done.
Yeah. So like I
Um,
would say if you're not having music video lined up, just fucking let it go.
Yeah,
Because
you can always put the video later.
So what a music video later on means is that you have another reason to contact your fan base and tell them, "Hey, I have a music video out for this song."
Yeah.
You gotta keep making points of contact to your group to make them pay.
You're
attention.
about to say,
Sorry.
What we are what we have been working on right now is, I think, developing. We are working on developing the live show so that the live show is actually a really good show. And
is there anything booked right now? Or are you still?
Yeah.
Okay.
We've got a show this Sunday in Pomona.
Yeah,
This comes out in like
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
So it went
Oh,
well.
then beyond. Oh,
it went
then
great.
in 2 weeks we will have a show March 14th at
There you go.
Daddy Diamonds in Hollywood.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
That
And the
we'll be
29th
doing.
at the last call.
Yeah,
You
which will
crushed
be-
Pomona. How was it? It was great.
Oh my God! It was great. Oh,
What
they
was-
knighted you. They gave me wings. He can breathe fire. God, what a day.
What venue is it?
It's Gallery 256. We got. Do y'all know
DBA.
the dancing
DBA.
Skeleton?
DBA.
Yeah.
Dancing
The Dancing
Skeletons.
Skeletons.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yes.
listen to their
Yes.
episode.
Dude,
Those
Shout
are our
out.
friends.
So we
We
watched
love
them on
those
the way.
guys.
Dancing Skeletons, I'm gonna be honest, they're the shit.
They are
And they
good.
have been like
we
out
fucking
in
love
Norway
those
into
guys.
a lot of other. We in part got on Boomfest because we played a show with the Dancing Skeletons. They played a show with Rays on TV. We played that. We met. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like we're just on the backs of the Dancing Skeletons while they introduce
We've
us to
been
cool
this
people.
whole time. We've been piggybacking off those
Dude,
motherfuckers.
they're the answer.
for
Networking
months.
is everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
just
Network and timing, and network, and that's the business in a nutshell, as far as I know so far. What a fucked.
Preparation meets opportunity.
Okay, so you just said the final track is
What's it called?
Oh, they don't have it released yet. We're not putting it out.
Okay.
What song do you want at the end of this episode?
I mean, if you want to send us the new one, we'll put it on it.
But I don't want to
But yeah,
force
we
you.
don't wanna,
Yeah.
like-
What about Haunt You? The last song we
Okay.
put out is called "I'm Coming Back to Haunt You," and
Yes.
I like it a lot.
Yeah,
I like it a lot
All right.
Me too. Let's go with
Yeah.
that one.
It's fading in right now.
Maybe I should make myself a cup of some tea. One lump and a squeeze, the pump, honey, and hey, think about shutting your face until I'm done with it, please. I'm sorry, I'm cranky. I was about to say something positive, but suddenly I'm blanking. Must be that I'm hangry. Something's gonna break me. Nothing can amaze these fucked up little brains. See, put them in a stew with braised meat. The color of the day is green, cause I'm going crazy. With a shitty job and not showing. Maybe I should get a Haagen-Dazs cone in. Now I don't feel like a toaster. Rather actually a hanging cat on a poster.
Brace yourself, the clocks have started rotting, boy. Listen to me now, we don't have any longer. Brace yourself, settle your resentments on the coffins in the ground, and I'm coming back to haunt.
It's reaching a point that when I'm singing the joint, I keep thinking of voids. Well, I speak to the voice growing inside of my noggin. It just caught on my login. And 4456, I'm knocking. It caught my mind by the bollocks. Writing an apology letter into my nervous system. Settling it with supervision. So when I face the demon in the mirror, this stage skeleton with a basilisk slithering in its rib cage. This age and day to be plagued with A, demonic possession, and B, a headache. C, a medic, priest, or Eric Austin. However often you need a clock and a B, poetic, clean, prophetic, energetic, mean aesthetic. Caution, the villain doesn't seem to be softening or reaching a stop until I'm still in a coffin. I'm gone.
Brace yourself, the clocks have started rotting, boy. Listen to me now, we don't have any longer. Brace yourself, settle your resentments on the coffins in the ground, and I'm coming back to haunt you.
Presented for your enjoyment. Wait a minute, man. You know that poison that Saul never thought I was an even worried about.
Like I didn't speak that way to your sister.
Lion's interest.
What about this feeling would arouse a written thundercloud of vision? Well, it's a symptom of hell. 100 sounds sift amongst the loudest prison. Shut it down, I'm tripping, oh well. Just a little bit of hell. Say so, be brave and address it. No, thank you. Scapegoat and say I'm possessed by a rogue angel. Play ghost, making a mess of my own fables. Great host, making me mess all my old fables. Same goes for taking a risk from a bold angle. Usain Bolt is nail on a twig as the whole strangle and brain though. Breaking my wits as the close mangles the sane bloke. Creating a shift in the whole stable. A little late though. Hey, the horses escaped. The dogs got me, all choppy are the forests and lakes. The void swallowed my coin, true. Catch your breath slow to the next episode when I evolve and destroy you. Gotta sift these levels, conquer bosses, out with these devils, you know? Racing the ticks to a new alarm, or have I been babysitting a Unabomber tick tick? I like that saxophone. Nah, man, you don't get it anymore. All right, fine, here you go.
Brace yourself, the clocks have started rotting, boy. Listen to me now, we don't have any longer. Brace yourself, settle your resentments on the coffins in the ground,